Yeah, you ready? We're ready. We're set.
Yeah, okay.
1, 2, 3, go. We laugh.
So let me say a very big good afternoon to the Pop District number 10, my supporters. I just want to speak to the press briefly. I'll be speaking to the press on Sunday at my base. While away from the country, there was some situation with the liquor drummer, Chief Justice. You know, because he wanted to be Chief Justice, he did a lot of things. He dissented his opinion on issues when it came to the Constitution. And let me inform the Liberian people in this file is the impeachment bill that I'll be presenting to the House to be placed on the floor next week. The impeachment of the liquor drummer, Chief Justice. You are gone against the laws of this country. I think he needs to be impeached. So I got my impeachment bill here. While away, I talked to my team of lawyers. They work on it, and I'll be presenting it to Richard Kuhn, the presiding officer, to be placed on the floor. So justice can be served, so the law, justice, the laws of our country can be respected. Let me say thank you to Bob District number 10, to all the people. I came to District number 10 to make me the representative of District number 10. I can assure you people that whatsoever statement that was made by that criminal called Richard Kuhn will not deter us. The people need to know. The Constitution talk about the right of the people to know, and we need to inform the people. We came here to represent our people, and we have to inform our people. When you get out there, don't criticize. We'll live with him, but we'll elaborate on it further on Sunday. I just wanted to tell the impeachment bill. It will be on my page when I give it to presiding Richard Kuhn for it to be placed on the floor. The laws need to be tested. The reason why Nyami Bese proceeded the way he proceeded when he was called drummer, when he was called King Use Soccer, he descended his opinion because he was too desperate to become Chief Justice of this country. That's why he has been proceeding the way he's proceeding. Now I got document. Present, and I will put it on my page. Monday morning when it's being sound for by criminal Richard Kuhn. And I stand by my statement when I call him criminal insertion. I stand by it. You cannot look at your colleagues and threaten your colleagues. I do not live with him. Maybe other colleagues live with him. I don't. And I want to challenge him. Anybody want to fight, I'm ready for you. Anybody that want to join him to fight, come, I'm ready for you. So I will be speaking to the press on Sunday. And this impeachment bill will be placed on my page for the people to go through it. Right now, I'm not going to put on the page until it's signed for by presiding officer Richard Kuhn. Let me say thank you. I will take 4 questions.
Yeah, Honorable Kolubai, you made mention when you were booted out of section by the speaker on not receiving your money for your district, the 30,000, 37,000, and 50,000. And all of these things you have said, if the money is not given to you, what would be your next course of action?
Well, I'm talking to my team of lawyers. We'll be taking lists to court, and we will be calling, we'll do a communication to call the finance minister to tell us the status of our money. But the finance minister already said that the money was sent and that land was used. So we want to know, look, we can't be joking with the Liberian people. We don't have Joseph Boakai taking. Look, I will speak to the press on Sunday.
Honorable Koluba, you made mention of impeaching the Chief Justice. What are some of the reasons you want to impeach the Chief Justice?
Well, the reasons are all in here, and it will be for the public to see. Look, when we want to make Liberia better, we need to respect our rules and the laws of this country. If the laws are not respected by people that we should go to, like Yami Bwese, that have been too desperate to become Chief Justice, to the point where you have to reverse his decision. The law need to take a course. All the counts are in here. I just received it just now from my team of lawyers. They sent it by one of the filing clerk to me. And the Liberian people will go through it, and I put on my page, and they will see what is in there. But it will be signed for the presiding officer of Richard Kuhn office. The chief clerk's office. That is where all our communication goes. To be placed on the agenda. If it is not placed on the agenda, we will ensure it's placed on the agenda, because if the Chief Justice is corrupt and desperate just to become Chief Justice and bending the laws of this country, who can we go to? There's no need to have a Supreme Court. We close it down and let there be general justice.
My take is you saying the Chief Justice being corrupt, and there's some allegations against the Chief Justice. It is recent happening of the Chief Justice, or it was during the time
when my impeachment bill is placed on my page. If I will have to discuss it now, I think I'd rather put it on my page. I said it will be taken to the Chief Clerk's office, that's signed for our communications. Then it will be for the public. I see. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me take a view up here. I'm saying presidents, former presidents, and also up here at the back of you on your wall. But I'm not saying the president of the Republic of Liberia, Joseph Boakai, and I'm also saying the former speaker of Funanti Kofa, and I'm not saying the current speaker Richard Kuhn, and I'm saying former President George Manawia, former President Eddie Johnson, Charles Taylor, Samuel Kayando, Gaddafi, and also Ibrahim Touré of Burkina Faso, and not Joseph Boakai. Why?
I don't regard him as president of this country. Joseph Boakai is an embarrassment. I can never put it. This is my office. Who picture the podium?
He's the president of the Republic.
No, he's not. He has become an embarrassment of corrupt 85-year-old crook of this country. You see a picture here? This is my office. Who picture the podium? I decide to post one picture if I want to. Not to put. You can have an 85-year-old crook. I put a picture here. Then myself I become a criminal too. I put respected people picture in my office.
Yeah, one may say you criticize George Weah back and forth. And now we are saying that the former president picture is here. Why are we sensing, or why did you do it? Maybe others may say you did it to provoke the current president.
No, he's not being provoked. If you behave well like an elder, you'll be treated like an elder. If you behave like saying we'll dish you up in the cup, and that is what we're doing to him. He has become an embarrassment. The commitment made to the people of this country, is he living by the commitment? Or they thought we're not going to know that they took $10 million and building property in Foya, right? Why would we bring somebody? Look, I will speak to the president.
All right, Honorable Koluba, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Was elected democratically by us, legislator. The same majority will that elected him to ascend to that power, I realized that his leadership is not functioning properly. Therefore, the like-minded lawmakers conglomeration of CDC, Unity Party, independent candidates, as well as other political parties are conglomerated and sum their decision into a resolution that they can no more sit under the gavel of J. Funati Kofa as a speaker. And this was proven today by the quorum obtained by the majority blocked or majority members of the 55th legislature. We were present in chamber 43 members, which exceeded 37. We are going to ensure, firstly, to invite the deputy speaker to come and preside over the House, because majority of us have reposed no vote of confidence in Funati Kofa. In that process, the paper for which that decision was made will be placed on the table before the deputy speaker, and then the due process will be met. We are law-abiding citizens. We are not people who just take decisions without being conscious time. Many people commented on our reading, the reading of our resolution under the post, and said that that was the wrong place. We went in the joint chamber as we did today in a peaceful manner. Under Article 17, to assemble for the common good of the Liberian people. Unfortunately, at the time, we were invaded by some of our colleagues. But at the appropriate time, a formal complaint will be written against those individuals that carry on such acts. And then the issue of resolution, which will be the last decision, will emerge. But the first and foremost decision will be whosoever complaint will be written again, that will be done legally in front of the deputy speaker. In the absence of the deputy speaker, we will elect Speaker pro tempore to preside over the House of Representatives, to communicate to the executive that the legislature majority members had a quorum and they cannot wait, but they are prepared to do the Liberian people business. And as soon as that written to the Senate as well, then from there we'll proceed. We're trying to engage all of the steps. It's in our rules. The rule says, in the absence of the speaker, the deputy speaker, the speaker pro tempore, that's why I said we elect the speaker pro tempore. So we just want to tell you that people who has filibustering, that will key in the street to read this and that, I told you that we have lawyers, team of lawyers that we are dealing with, who will
leave this to you. In the first place, Akara, yes, you said that you and myself are not equal legislatively, politically. Yeah, it's true, we are not equal. When I begin representing, you're washing cars for Rufa Nuve. You're cleaning representative decks. Every 8 o'clock, you'll be at Cabinet building, wiping our shoes. You're like a bare ball to all of us. Until you got elected 2011, you honor my Rufa Nuve and became representative. Because you never deserved to be representative. Because George Weah was lifting you guys' hands. Who lifted my hand in Grand July to become representative 3 times? It's the great people of Grand July County so prudent that I can represent them. That I'm the soul of the soil. I should go and represent them. 2017, before you got elected for the second term, Akaras, you know and I know, as Zoe Mandepeno, the president of Grand July County, my friend men will look at me and call me a birthday gift. George, where I went to Radisson Market, when the election was giving you hard time, he went and lifted your hand when the women started sinking. That would not want the man can lie, the man is me, the man is like this. George Weah spoke a correct word that he used that afternoon, I can remember. He said, I gave you 200 bundles of zinc. I still to be corrected with the number of the bundles of zinc. And he sent to Seti brother immediately. And the last word that please vote Akaros because Akaros is my You all know my election is in October. My birthday is in October. So election is in October. So I carry that my birthday gift. So you must say, Ego, you, your friend, may turn into object to be birthday gift. If my wife deliver on a Christmas day, I say that my gift. If my wife deliver on my birthday, I say that my birthday gift. But your friend may look at you and say that my birthday gift. You must say you go in politics. All the things they're saying on social media about me, I will not follow you. I'm bigger than you in politics. My content is well known. I will not follow you.
So meaning you didn't receive any money from Akara's way?
In the first place, when the line, your president went somewhere and pledged that or committed himself that I'm going to do this to completion level. Then the president gave somebody 25,000 according to him. He never called the church. He never did follow up. And what I'm about to say, it left with the pastor if they want to be fair with themselves. Because Akara is lying. For me, at the time Joshua came to Grand Jide, the time he went to the church, I know all the time. The time he left to go to River G, I know all of this. Let Akara be bold enough to say, this time, where? Since I've been with Akara myself, we are never, money never exchange hands. Akara not my equal. If I don't know my friends,
Why you are not a president? You are using sarin. Are you not violating the police?
Someone use sarin, then you say, "Well, I'm not used to." What police? We got Junta police. We got Joseph Baka police. Those are the national police.
Why you
police are
sarin?
passing around killing people for no reason.
You are not a speaker using sarin.
Bossman, my man, don't bring me to somebody that had job power, man.
You say
I'm in charge of sarins. And I put my sarins on. When I'm coming, I put my sarins on.
You say the man had job power.
How? Can you tell how he had job power?
On my way to session.
You are late for session already. Session starts at 10 a.m. Here you are coming with a serene, parading in the Capitol building ground.
To session.
The speaker is expected to throw you out if you've been
thrown again.
When the ball bounces, the rules will change.
I'm on my way to you willing to go out again?
Bossman, anything that should happen inside will happen there. Do I look at somebody for somebody to control in the country? Says yes. Remember, my husband gone.
Remember, you are not allowed to discuss legislative matter outside of the chamber.
So what one you want me to discuss so I can discuss it here?
That was the mandate from the speaker. You are not allowed a mandate, so you should adhere to it.
My man, the constitution is above our rules.
You know I don't shake your hand always.
Yeah, my man, you know I will vote for you.
Please speak to us.
So, representative.
So stop here to show the Unity Party headquarters. Stay in Morovia. Joseph Baka still $10 million ticket to local candidate to go build a retirement home. They took $11 million to buy party headquarters in Morovia. You know, go show the camera on that.
So this is it. This is the abandoned Unity Party headquarters. A roofless party headquarters. A roofless party headquarters without even a sink. So this is it. And of course, it's the county mid season. We are from Nimba County. No disrespect to the other counties around Liberia or in Liberia too as well, but we pay respect to our county, Nimba, on this show. Again, good evening, folks, and welcome to BKS TV Heat Hour show. On the Heat Hour, we say dialogue in our confrontation. We say words in a bullet. My name is Junior Payne. your homework servant and your host of the famous Hidawa show here on BKS TV. Today is the 4th of January 2026, and today having to be the first Sunday in the year. Let's say good evening to you and welcome. Those of you watching us on Facebook and YouTube, want to recognize you too as well. Mr. Aloysius Alexander Tain Jr. He's watching us from Alberta, Canada. Aloysius, welcome to the show this evening, Chief. Patrick Flomo is also watching us from Yekepa, Nimba County. Patrick, good evening, welcome to the show here this evening. Prince B. Moba Jr. Prince is watching us from Monrovia, Liberia. Prince, good evening, welcome to the show too as well. Matthew Bato Jr. is watching us from Butuo, Buyao District. Matthew, how is Butuo this evening and welcome to the show. Abraham Nyanzi is also watching us to this evening from Monrovia, Liberia. Abraham, good evening, welcome to the show. Fuma OK Name is also watching us this evening from Chroma Clan, Grand Jide County and Kidman. Okay, I think. All right. Again, welcome to the show here this evening. All of you watching us. Prince Atta is also watching us this evening. Prince is watching us from Whiteplate Town. Prince, how is Bo this evening? How is Whiteplate this evening? Welcome to the show, Prince. Jaru's Kato Jr. As always, Jaru is here. Jaru, good evening. Welcome to the show. He says, good evening, my brother. I'm following live from Logwatuo border, a proud son of District 5. Jaru, welcome to the show. How is Logwatuo port of entry this evening? Fuma Toure is also watching us. As always, Fuma is here. Fuma, good evening. Welcome to the show here this evening. Andrew T. Gongo is also watching us from San Carlos City, Nimba County. Andrew, good evening. Welcome to the show. In today's edition of the show, we'll be hosting former Representative candidate of Electoral District 2, Nimba County, J.B. Matthew Gono. J.B. Matthew Gono will be our guest here tonight on the show, and we'll be discussing local and national politics here tonight. But again, we want to say welcome to the show. Ezekiel Dorobe is also watching us this evening from Banaville, Quebec, in Monrovia. Ezekiel, welcome to the show. Please help us to share the show with other people. And let's bring you some updates around Liberia and the rest of the world too as well before we bring the CEO on. Let's go to the world of sports. Today, a lot of games play around the world, from the African Cup of Nations to the Premier League and La Liga too as well. Today in the African Cup of Nations, Morocco played Tanzania, with Morocco defeating Tanzania 1-0. This means that Tanzania is out of the African Cup of Nations League. In the Premier League too as well, Manchester City also play Chelsea today, and the game drew 1-1. In the African Cup of Nations, South Africa played Cameroon today, with Cameroon defeating South Africa 2-1. This means that South Africa is out of the African Cup of Nations League. Leeds United also plays Manchester United today, with the game drawing 1-1. Everton also played Brentford today, and Brentford defeated Everton 4-2. And Newcastle United also play Crystal Palace today in the Premier League, with Newcastle United defeating Crystal Palace 2-0. Also in the Premier League, Tottenham Hotspur also play Sunderland today, with the game draw 1-1. Fulham also play Liverpool today, with the game drawing 2-2. And of course, that's it from the Premier League. In the La Liga today, let's bring you a few updates from La Liga. Today, Sevilla also play Levante, with the game being won by Levante 3-0. Real Madrid also plays Real Betis, with Real Madrid winning 4-1. And a lot of game played today. Real Sociedad also play. They are playing Atletico Madrid right now as we speak, and the game is 1-1 from both sides. Our guest is in the back. Good evening, CEO. Welcome to the show here this evening. How you doing, my boss?
I'm doing excellently well. You can hear me, right?
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm doing good. We'll be hosting our own big brother, Brother Matthew Gono, tonight, this evening, wherever you are. It's going to be a great show. I mean, we won't do the introduction for him. No, he's going to do his own introduction here. So we look forward to it. And we are excited. So the county meet first phase ended today. I think they're resuming on Wednesday. So and I think Nimba is playing another team there. So we look forward to that. I wasn't sure that the format this year. I was not aware that it's different. It's not the same that what we had before, where teams come to Monrovia through knockout stage and then they go to semifinal and then finals. But apparently this year, each team has to play 3 games, and then the best 2 teams from each group will make it to the semifinal. So yeah, it's different. Everything changed, but we look forward to hosting. Our boys did well. Shout out to Genesis, Matthew and Roasting and all the teams that have been covering the tournament. Genesis has been doing extremely well along with his team. He will be going back home tomorrow to go get some rest and then return on Wednesday. But again, thanks to them. And we congratulate them for a successful first round of the tournament.
Thank you. Thank you so much, CEO. In the word of the county, the National County Sports Meets in Liberia, the game will be returning on Wednesday, January 7th, with Magibi playing River G at 1 p.m. in kickball, and Bapolu County playing Kitmore at 2 p.m. in kickball, with Bone County also playing Kitmore at 4 p.m. in football, and Nima will be playing River G at 6 p.m. in football at the Samuel Kayando Sports Complex. Again, folks, welcome to the show this evening. Help us to share the show with other people. It is to my knowledge that Radio Sandway in Sanicole is relaying the show tonight. Voice of BKS in Butu Town is also relaying the show here tonight. And Voice of Tapeta in Tapeta City, Nima County, is also relaying this broadcast here tonight. Our guest is former representative candidate of Electoral District 2, Nima County, JB Matthew Gono Sr. Good evening, Honorable Gono. Welcome to the show this evening. How
Good
you
evening.
doing?
I'm doing great. Good evening, and thanks for having me on this show. That I promise that it will be good. Today's Sunday. I'm just relaxed in in one of my rooms and leaving the rest of the family, the grandkids on the other side. But I'm profoundly happy to be part of this show.
We are grateful to have you on here. We are really glad to have you on the show here tonight. I mean, we'll be discussing a lot of things. You
Yes.
supported this government, you've contested in District 2, certain point in time, you back out from the race. I don't know whether it was pressure from YAPI or what, but we're going to be asking you all of the questions here tonight. Once again, welcome to the show. See you. Let's
Thank
hear you before we start a conversation.
No, so again, it's going to be a great show. Former journalist, someone that knows the issue. We have to be careful how we ask because he might turn the table to the questions here. But someone that we will will learn from. Again, like you said, obviously he supported. He's a big supporter of this government. So he will be speaking about some things that he has observed, the accomplishment. But yeah, we'll have him do the introduction for our guest. Welcome to the show, our lone female giant. We miss you. It's been a long, long time.
Welcome to the show, man. And Lorena. Happy New Year to you.
Yeah.
Matthew, welcome once again to the show. Happy New Year. Let's get to know you. I know it's been a long time since you appear on radio stations in Liberia, and this show has been relayed tonight. A couple of people, especially those from the Booyah Belt, might not know who you are, but for the sake of the conversation, introduce yourself for us.
Well, my name is JB Matthew Gono Sr. I am from Sanikole, State of Nimba County. I was born in the G.W. Allen Hospital at least 100 years ago. And I went to school in Sanikole. I played basketball. I was youth director, sports director, president of IE. At the time, the Invisible 11, the Nimba chapter. I participated in a lot of activities in the Catholic Church. Auto Boys president, trainer, youth director, and then I graduated from St. Mary's. I did vocational training at the St. Mary's Vocational Training Institute in Sanikole. But prior to that, I went to I worked with PFP, Partnership for Productivity. I don't know which of you were even born at that time. That was in the 80s. I was sent by USAID to the Philippines, and I went to the University of the Philippines. I was there for a year, where I started, small business enterprise for banking operations in rural areas. We came back, the war started, and I became head of CRS, distribution in North Nimba. CRS faded out away, and then I took what the MSF, Médecins Sans Frontières Belgium, continue, relief operations and stuff like that. I was the head of the Catholic mission in Sanikole when all of the brothers and sisters and priests left, because of the war. I took over the Catholic mission. I was appointed by Bishop Francis, the late Bishop Francis, may his soul rest in peace, as head of the St. Mary's Catholic mission. We did a lot of work in Liberia. I became consensus movement chairman for Nimba under the late Francis Galawolo, counselor. And then we were part of negotiating between what was then known as Greater Liberia, and Monrovia, Amos Sawyer, and all that. So we did a lot of things in Liberia. I worked with the Catholic radio station, Radio Veritas in Monrovia. It was one of the most powerful radio stations at the heat of the war. In fact, if you remember, they burned the station down. Mm-hmm. And I have brought in my wife at the station thinking that it was safe. And we almost got burned in that station, but it was God's grace and ECHOS and ECHOMOR that rescued us. So a lot of things. I taught even in St. Mary's School as well. And I'm present in the States with my wife. She's a nurse, a very experienced nurse. My daughter is also a nurse and writing to become nurse practitioner. My son-in-law, Ivan Zor, is writing. He's a nurse. He's also writing his PhD. My youngest son played football, American football, but he retired when he got injured after 6 years playing in the NFL. And then he's now doing his own business. He's writing books. And the old man himself, I'm in the background, making sure that the family goes the path, the direction they need to go, infusing discipline and counseling and all that, providing for my family and stuff like that. And so far, so good. I work in the hospital here myself for 15 years. I retired from the OR. I retired from the institution of healthcare delivery system in North Jersey, and I'm now working as an assisting manager for what we call people with disabilities, mental and physical disabilities. I'm working as the assistant manager at one of our programs. So, so far, so good.
Yeah, that was a really lengthy introduction. Again, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it. But I'm a little bit confused about where you're from. Are you from Sanikole or Yapie man?
I am from Sanikole City. I'm a citizen of Saint Bing.
Okay.
Sanikole, Saint Bing, now turned to Sanikole. Yeah, I'm from Sanikole.
So you're from Say? Because
yes.
I've been thinking that you from Yapie man and Yapie clan. That's how I've been thinking. But again,
I'm from
thank you for
itself. Sanikole itself, yeah.
Yeah. Now let's get to the heat of the conversation here tonight. Coming from the health sector and now you join politics, what inspired you to join politics in Liberia, and what motivated you to contest in electoral district 2 Nimba County?
First of all, man by nature is a political animal. And against this background, my grandfather was a politician himself. My father worked for elections. He was elections commission for Sunny Quarter. We're talking about way back when I was maybe 7, 8 years, so I remember that. My grandfather ran from Guinea because he was chased out of Guinea by Secretary, wanted to kill him because of his, opposition and stuff like that to Secretary. But again, man by nature is a political animal. And so I learned from my grandfather growing up. I learned from my father growing up. And then I have people that I admire in the political, circle. Martin Luther King, reading about him, studying about him, Indira Gandhi, and other people. But what is fundamental, though, to the fact that I participated in politics is because we experienced and saw the abuse of power, the misuse of power in our country, in our society, in our county, in our city. And so I felt that there was need for somebody to help, restore hope, restore peace, restore economic and social sanity to the people of Saniquale, to the people of Nimba, and to the people of the Republic of Liberia. And so when the time came for me to step up to the plate, I decided first of all go as representative for Saniquale district. That's district number 2. And we ran campaign I was on the ground for 2 years. But even before that, my wife and I have been helping even in COVID, in Ebola and all that. We assisted a lot. So I decided to step up to the plate so that I can get in the house to be able to, put pieces of legislation together, pretend and argue so that we can restore economic, political, and social sanity to that country. But unfortunately, I did not. I lost the election to somebody who was there for 12 years and nothing he did. But we lost because at that time, our people were not educated as they are today. Once you were able to provide them 10 bags of rice and 10 bags of rice, some zinc, some nails, and pay tuition for their kids and stuff like that, you who was talking about education, revamping the educational system, health system, because every fabric of our society was destroyed. As a matter of fact, they didn't understand it, so they voted for people who would build palava huts and stuff like that. It became the standard. It became the norm of our political system in Liberia. It's just perhaps now that it's changing, and so we lost the elections and we came back. My wife, in fact, was on my team as the head of health and stuff like that, to continue what we did during the war and even after the war. So we lost the elections and we accepted the results, and we decided to come back to America. But I was on the ground, like I said, for 2 solid years. But prior to those 2 solid years, I was in Liberia every year. And before coming to the States, in fact, in 2005, I was in the center of everything in Liberia. I participated in the war. I didn't fight. I didn't take gun. But I used my brain, my mind, my body, to do a lot of things, through NGOs, through the Catholic Church and stuff like that. So this is why I went to, like I said, this is why I participated in politics, to make sure we restore sanity, economic, social, and political sanity. But we lost the election because our people did not know better at the time. It is just now, I believe, that they are getting to know better, and they're going to start electing people who have the requisite education, who have the skills, the skills, who have the techniques, people who have the political clout and stuff like that, to be able to go in that house to make laws that will improve their lives.
Junior, I got a quick question. Junior, I'm sorry, I got a quick question before we forget. So I know you said that when you ran at that time, our people were not as equipped or ready to make the right decision in terms of voting, and you think that it has changed now. What makes you think that? Do you have any numbers, any example of this going election, who they elected based on substance and not materials and political gift?
Yeah, they got rid of a lot of those I don't want to use the word ignoramus, but they got rid of most of those people who went there just to grab money. I don't want to call names, but I have a friend who spent 12 years as a representative. I advised him. He came to the United States. He was from a different district. Then another person was from my own district, whom I brought to the United States when he first won. Advised him. I was always in San Nicolas. You have to do this. They couldn't listen. So most of them were taking, from power in this going election. So indicating that the people were getting wise, they were getting sensible. And the issue of bribing them with bags of rice, cement, building palava huts, those things in this going election reduced. So now, I'm not saying it's eradicated, but the foundation has begun. The foundation to get rid of those kind of people who, first of all, they have no exposure. Even some of them didn't even go to Monrovia prior to the election. Some of them have never traveled. You see, if you travel, or if you leave Butu and come to San Nicolas, you will gain some experience. If you go to Ganta, you will gain some experience, Monrovia. And then if you travel around the world, you will gain real good experience. And most of 99% of them did not. They were just amassing wealth to themselves at the detriment of our citizens that became sufferers and destitute. But the foundation to change this has begun. And that's why some of us, as rescue team member, we ran campaign, we spend the little cents we have, and like I said, the process has begun. And we ensure that the rightful people take place in Liberia to change Liberian political history to be like Ghana or more than Ghana and other places in the West African sub-region.
Thank you. When you in 2017, when you contested against a former representative Prince O.S. Tokba, you was one of the real force against him, and people predicted that the 2023 election you would have won. But what led to you withdrawing from the election in 2023?
Well, the point you're making is just correct, because we were 21 people who ran at that time. And coming from the States to come in the fourth place was not an easy thing over people who were over there. So I did not run because, in war, you retreat, you regroup, you retreat and learn from past mistakes and stuff like that. You retreat to be able to gather more in the sense of war, more ammunition and stuff like that. So we retreated. I did not take part in these going elections because I still wanted to do more. I put more ideas, more knowledge, to get more advice and stuff like that before making the decision for the coming election. That's why I didn't run, but I supported a candidate. I supported a candidate, and I supported candidates across our county, people that felt that had the requisite qualifications and stuff like that.
Who did you support in District 2?
We have not made a decision. Sorry?
In District number 2, who did you support during the 2023 election?
I actually supported Charles Wonkayer from Yapie, because I felt that He was a young guy, energetic, uh, intelligent, smart, and besides that, he was a respectful. He is a respectful young man who understood tradition and stuff like that, coupled with his education and experience. Right now, as I speak to you, he teaches at the Nimba University. So I supported him, and I for say it's not what is important to me in my life. You can come from Jamaica, you can come from Togo, you can come from Guinea. Once you are made in the image and likeness of God, we are all the same. I don't believe in regionalism, tribalism, and all that. So I decided to support him, and he came close to winning as well.
Since you stepped back from the 2023 election, how have you been engaged with the people of District 2?
We have been engaged. Yeah, sorry. We have been engaged with the people of District 2. I have visited. I went back home some times ago, and to tell the people thank you. We travel throughout the land and birth of the district, and I have, as I speak to you, we have a team on the ground that is working, in various communities, and they feed us with information. And again, my wife and I, we are getting prepared as I speak to you, to go to Liberia at the end of this year. We want to go and spend a month to 2 months in doing what we normally did for our citizens and stuff like that. We are also in consultation, not just locally, we are in consultation with the national government because we supported the rescue mission. It was not an easy thing. We did, and we are still in consultation with the national government, especially giving advice and that sort of thing. So I think this is what I am doing right now, and I will be going down, like I said, sometimes this year.
The JB Matthew Gono Scholarship Foundation was running at the Nimba University. How far is that scholarship running currently?
Yeah, the scholarship has that. We're going to renew or redo everything, because we spent a lot of money in the past, in that election I participated in. Someone would say I used my last cent from my bank account or something like that. I used close to $200,000 in the elections because I have my own motorbikes. I have my own camel tow. If you know camel tow, I have my own Toyota Tundra. I have this and this and that. It was used by our few people and stuff like that. It wasn't for myself. So we used a lot of money and tuitions. I remember in Ga, we even had one or two teachers on our scholarship because government was not paying at the time. So we did a lot of things that, like Roman said, it broke me down a little bit. So that's what I said, that you have to regroup, you have to retreat and regroup, you have to retreat and do what you can do to prepare for war. So this is exactly what we are doing. But when we go on the ground, sometime this year, we're going to reactivate the scholarship because it wasn't just the Nimba University. We have people in Monrovia, in other schools and stuff like that. So that's exactly what we're going to do, especially with the way this government is working. You can see justice. You can see justice coming. You can see security coming back into the country and stuff like that. We're going to go and restart some of those things we stopped because our hands were short and we had to work hard again to find the money, to go back. I mean, some of you on the screen, I'm sure you've been to the States. It's not easy. You got to work hard every day. So that's exactly what my wife and I are doing. Besides politics, we are citizens of San Nicola, citizens of Nimba, and citizens of Liberia. Whether politics or not, we will be part of the development growth of our society.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I will stop here for now. We go to the CEO. CEO, you can ask your two questions. After you go to Madam Lorena. Lorena to DK, DK to Aman Brooks. Aman, welcome to the show. DK, welcome to as well. CEO, let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Like you said, we have three people here who have been, one of them has been to the States. She's in Liberia now. She knows how it is here to work, and and campaign over there. Same thing with the other guy on the side, a short guy with the big glasses. He's in the state now. He working a lot of overtime, so you understand. Yeah. So again, you inspire me in terms of leaving from here, going to Liberia, coming that close to winning that district that is highly contested, spending a lot of money, and I know how tough it can be. I tell people I go over there for my NGO trip. Sometimes I go for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and I know how much I spent. So when I see people leaving from here, going over there to stay there for a year or 2 years to campaign, I just can't imagine how much comes from the bank account to support that. So I know you talked about how you and the family supported this rescue government, and you also stated that you are in consultation with them, you talk to them and stuff like that. What's your take on them? How has the communication been? Has it been fluent? Has it been up to your expectation? Do you see green light? Do you think this is a government that you could work with in the future, could have your back, as we say in the States here, if it comes to decision making so far?
Yes. If you compare this government to perhaps the previous government,
Mhm.
The first thing that we are sure of, the first thing that has in fact created a situation or condition that a lot of Liberians are returning home is because of security. It's because of security. You can go to Monrovia, you can go to Ganta, we're not talking about perfection. Even in America that we live and work, nothing is perfected here in terms of security. There are problems everywhere. But once you can manage to bring 70-80% security to your society, I think to me that's 100%. And so this government has ensured that people, Liberians, not just Liberians, in fact, they are business people from all walks of life. They are going to Liberia. People are opening businesses. People are doing all kinds of things, good things for Liberia. And in fact, my sister-in-law built a huge health center in San Nicolas. She was just telling me that she's getting ready to move to complete and start that business. My other sister-in-law has a big health center in somewhere Oro. She has that there as well. So there are so many. Personally, there are people who are moving, people who are establishing businesses over there because of the security. But besides security, this government has ensured the world has put us back on the world map. That Liberia used to be the beacon of peace in the region and in the world. We fought for South Africa. We sent troops to Congo and other places. We restore hope. We helped to restore independence in Ghana and other places. But look at them today. Prior to the war, I saw people from Ghana, from everywhere to go to Liberia to look for bread. But since the war, zero. But when war is fought and every fabric of the society is destroyed, it is a difficult thing to rebuild. But I believe that this government, this rescue government, His Excellency Boakai, His Excellency the Vice President, who I refer to as my little brother when we meet, but officially he's the Vice President. He knows me personally. They are doing remarkably well than the previous government. You don't hear about people taking money to go play football, to go to wherever, to use $200,000 to go watch football game. You don't hear about people flying to their girlfriends in Ghana using jets. There are so many things that this government is doing. And if you look even where I am from, San Nicolas, go to San Nicolas and see how San Nicolas is today. You won't believe it. The security is there. The beautification of the city of San Nicolas, which is the political center of Nimba. Look at the superintendent compound. Look at the administration building. Look at the welcome to Nimba. So many examples we can set. This government has started on a very good footing. It has started on a very good foundation, and I'm sure it will continue. And we continue to do what we are doing by advising and stuff like that. We have detractors. We have detractors that did nothing. Who did nothing? Nothing. There was no accountability and stuff like that. But all of these values today, these values and virtues today, are part of a functional Liberian government headed by His Excellency Joseph Numa Boakai, assisted by our young, prosperous, intelligent, smart Vice President, Jeremiah Kun.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, as one would say, you're from Nimba, so I will stick with Nimba here for a second. From your analysis, from your political lens and what you've observed, do you think Nimba is not all Nimba, but most Nimbayans are satisfied with the current government in terms of, okay, there is a saying in Liberia that says political rewards are not in heaven, are not given in heaven, they're on earth here. Since we started this show, I've gotten a lot of reports, a lot of numbers, and I know my district, for example, is a victim of one of those that is highly underrepresented in this current government because we, District 5, Buyao, again, we were the second largest vote provider for this rescue government, and it's been 2 years now. We don't have able representation in the government, right? So someone from Yawanyale or from Blanchot may look at it from a different vantage point and say, yeah, what Brother Matt is saying is true from that part, maybe because he's connected to the VP or maybe because he supported this rescue government. That's why he's saying it that way. But I'm from Globally here. I don't think it is the case because we voted for this government and all our kids are not represented. In fact, we don't have anyone here from there that has been, that is up there. The representative of District 5 who was on air, Voice of Gompa, a few days ago, and he actually said that. He actually stated that, District 5 is underrepresented. I'm using District 5 as an example, but there are so many examples out there. What would you say to people like that, people who say things like that, kind of adding up to your point of the government, the rest of the government extremely well?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Are we still connected?
Yes, we are connected. You can hear us?
Okay. It is true. Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing now. I think I'm hearing now.
Oh. So his network is connecting. Yeah, we'll probably come back. Yeah, welcome to the show, guys. Cyrus Dankwan, CDC Aman Brooks, and Mr. DK Wait. You're welcome to the show. It's exciting to be back here. We have on the show, I don't know if you guys follow the intro there, but this is Brother Matthew Gono from Sanikole. He contested for District 2 representative seat back in 2017, and he came fourth. He lives in the U.S. here with his family, and he's still doing some work back there. He's a staunch supporter of the rescue government. And I think you guys have already observed that. He even stated that before coming in. So we're in conversation with him. We'll try to get him back on here so we can continue. It looks like our host is also back and forth there. But yeah, Sis Lorena, in the meantime, I'll go to you and ask you, as we always do here, what's on your mind? If there's any other thing that you have on your mind, if not, I got some things to ask you about regarding the show. 2 minutes.
Good evening and Happy New Year to our listeners, our viewers, and to all of you on the panel. Good evening and Happy New Year. Thank God I was able to cross over and we hope that God can carry us through to the end of this year. So what's on my mind would be that um first of all, I spent my Christmas in Nimba in a very strange environment in B and Doru. Because we have a farm there. I decided to spend the Christmas to see that side of Nimba. Though I used to go there before, but on supervision, not in the particular time I was. This time around, went in camp once. Beautiful culture, beautiful people, very receptive. And the next day after Christmas, we went on the farm and slept on the farm. And I got a lot of videos and stuff to show. I mean, just to explore and see people who are willing to work for you. Even you are not family, but they are willing to work for you for little or nothing. I appreciate that.
I saw that
Then
my heart was I want my business not start a little thing because I saw the picture there a little prelude.
yeah.
Uh,
And then what on my mind is that I've been kind of off internet for some days now because yesterday I went back to Nima for Listener Development Association meeting. We are being the largest administrative building in the whole of Nima. We are being in Kanwi. Kanwi is right on the road. 2 times before second PSO had a meeting yesterday. I went there. Then when I got to Ganta the morning on the internet, I saw that they said talking about maternal mortality, say that there's maternal mortality in Liberia are reduced to 159. And from my school of thought, from as a maternal child health expert, reduction of maternal mortality is not about somebody's perception or somebody's thought or somebody making a statement to impress somebody or some people somewhere. So I'm thinking, what strategy, what was the intervention, what was the approach that were used to reduce maternal mortality? Because we know in 2023, the rate was at 628 per 100,000 live birth. So if you say you are reducing to 159, though we don't even have an official rate for 2024, but in 2025, you say you reduce it to 159. I would like to know the strategy, the approach, the intervention that was used by the Ministry of Health. Health data should be something that should be treated with integrity. It's now no politics because the women who are dying, they are somebody's wives, mother, sister, and auntie. You don't just jump and start reducing number because you want to impress and prove that you have done something that no one else has done. So until there's a statement or presentation that suggests or that tell the Liberian people what has been done that reduce maternal mortality, I want to challenge the Ministry of Health that maternal mortality remains high as far as CDC is concerned, as far as World Bank is concerned. Nobody is going to just come and get a piece of paper and lie to us and say maternal mortality is reduced because we may reduce the figure, but women are dying. They are somebody's mothers, somebody's sister, somebody's wife, somebody's girlfriend. So we're not going to be reducing to one news outlet and say it has reduced. So that's all on my mind. I'm not an opposition. I support this government, but I also think health data must be treated with
Lorena, can
utmost
I ask you?
integrity.
Lorena, can I
The
ask you?
people can be speech he wants to be cutting them off.
Do
I
you,
don't like it, DK.
do you want to work with Ministry of Health, or were you denied a position within the Ministry of Health?
well, we're not coming to that. We got our guests here, guys. So you can
You
do
need
that.
to answer that question, DK.
No, see, Larina, we'll answer that after.
Yeah.
So welcome back, brother
Because
Matt.
they want to
Thank
talk
you.
about UPS. Once you say the truth to UPS, then they say you hate them, you this and that. But I'm not going to lie to anybody. Nobody's going to be like, well, just
Okay,
in can we deal with
you
them.
can say the truth to
Nobody,
UP. You can say the truth to J. Kun.
We got our
he's
guest.
part of the government, he's the number 2 person in the government. So why may you say I'm talking to him too?
All
That
right,
other
thank
one
you.
can be tell a truth because or telling to you, I can say the truth. One is the truth. I'm
Thank,
not just insult.
thank you, Sid Larina. So we got our guest back. Welcome back, brother Matt. Sorry
Thank
that
you.
we lost you for a second.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you remember my
Yeah.
question. I'm happy to restate it if you want me
Yeah.
to.
No, I remember it. I
Okay,
remember it.
all right.
With regards to Nimba, the development
Yeah.
and stuff that are being carried out, there are certain districts or areas in our county that have not such development had not reached, which is true. But I can assure you that first of all, it's just 2 years now. 2 years of this new government. January make it 2 years, if I'm not
Let
mistaken.
me hold you there for a second. So mine wasn't development per se, but it was more of a representation in terms of
Representation.
people
Right.
coming from there, like the entire district
Okay.
having zero representation in the government.
Yeah. If when the government takes over in any society, in any area, or any part of the world, these are things that can normally happen. There are certain people that everybody suffers, but everybody cannot be employed by the government. It's not possible. Even me, I spend money. Even me, I talk to people and stuff like even some of those I spoke with that are in high positions today. I still have their numbers. But when I call, it goes to some machine or something. And people thought that perhaps I was going to be in Liberia, but now enjoying some position. But that was not the primary reason for which I supported this rescue mission. I supported rescue mission to restore sanity to our people, to restore sanity, economic sanity to every part of our county and to the country, and to bring on board qualified people. Because when government takes over, sometimes it takes time. You might hear me going to work in that government, perhaps this year. Will I accept it? Of course I will. But if I don't, I am still good. I'm well to do. It's not what I did for the rescue mission. So everybody with qualification, with the knowledge, with the skills and technique, to help to rebuild our country is supposed to get on board. But I can assure you that by the end of this year, some of those problems will be solved, because we are in conversation with some of the people in the high, some of the high ups in the government, and this government will be held responsible by us who suffer, by us who were insulted, by us who were threatened, by us whose family members were threatened because of this rescue mission, by certain ugly people in the past government. We didn't mind. So I can assure you that, as a matter of fact, as of this interview, tomorrow is Monday. We're going to make some calls. We're going to play some calls in, and those who will talk to us will still continue to advise as we have been doing. No one who made sacrifices for this government should be left behind, except that you did not have the qualification that we're supposed to have. Because you see, it used to be, once you are my cousin and I'm superintendent or I'm president of Liberia, you can become director of the port. You can become whatever. But this government is trying to get rid of that. So we should also look at that. But on the overall, this government will be held responsible. And if they don't do what they need to do before the end of their term, they will bear the consequences and stuff like that. We would look, like for me, it's not about working for government to make money. Not at all. I don't want to work for government. If government employs me, that's fine. My role will be consultation. My role will be advising the government and stuff like that. Because I thank God that where I am with my family, if I live even for the next 1 million years, I have $1 to use every day for those 1 million years. I have everything that God has so blessed me with. And it's not about going to get a car. I drive a car that my son, the footballer, bought $73,000 US on cash down. So I'm not somebody who is able to go to Liberia for money. But this government, Jeremiah Kum, His Excellency, the president, and everybody in this government must do all they can to answer to the Liberian people. And that's why they were overwhelmingly, elected to do. Anything less or more than that, they will bear the consequence in the next elections, and we'll hold them accountable.
Thank you so much. And that's what we do here. We try to hold them accountable. We hold all our leaders accountable. We call them out when we see things wrong. We try to balance the discussion, and we hold them accountable. So that's what this platform is known for, and that's what we do across the board. So thank you so much for that. Hopefully they will listen to the recommendation from people like you, people who supported the rescue team with your resources and your the time and energy, because they are representing the people. They are working for the people, so they should be able to listen to the people. So yeah, as we do here, we go across the board. We have other panelists here. We'll have them ask the 2 questions each under 2 minutes, and then you respond. If you don't understand the question, you can ask, and they'll restate that question, and we'll go across the board from there. In the meantime, if someone asks a question, you have follow-up, you want to make some clarification, feel free to stop us and then do your clarification. So DK will go to you. From there, we'll go to says Lorena, Ama, and then Cyrus. You're good, right? Okay. So says Lorena, we will go to you. You ask your 2 questions to your fellow rescuer, because both of you are rescuers. So I don't. By rest, I think I should have you last, but you the female, so I'll let you go.
No, let her ask.
No, I'm just giving you a hard time.
Good evening, Mr. Gono, and welcome to BKS TV.
Thank you so much.
So you said the government has done a lot of good things, which is true, especially when you try to compare this government with the past administration. I want to know, what are 2 things that you can, credit to this government that maybe was lacking or was weakened, and that this government have been able to either restore or give them birth to?
The first thing, like anywhere, is security. Security, like again I said, is not perfected in Liberia right now. But if you look at the level of security, the armed robbery, the hijacking, the stealing of people's properties. If you arrive at the airport, before you get outside, your suitcases are all busted, and open. Armed robbery, Zogo, and in fact the drugs that were in the streets of Liberia was not easy. It became drugs infested, and so this government, with security in terms of all of these things I have said, is trying very hard, and you can clearly see the foundation. You can clearly see the number of drugs that have been taken from people here and there. You can see people that have been replaced in government, that were not trusted any longer in short time, in short 2 years. They've been replaced and stuff like that. And so the security is number 1, because without security, nothing can happen. That's one thing. And if you compare the past government to this government, the appointments that the government made and continue to make, the removal of people who attempt to continue this corrupt attitude and behavior, they are taken from them without question and stuff like that. So these are the 2 things that I'm looking at right now. Infrastructure is one of those. If you look at our roads, even though government is continuation, and this is something that people do not understand. So if the past government started something good, and another government came in, they will give all the credit to, the present government. But if you look at the infrastructural development, if you look at the road network in Liberia, in less than 2 years, it's one of those things that I give credit to the government for.
Thank you. Thank you. Sis Lorena, you have any other questions?
Okay, thank you. So you give credit to the government for road infrastructure and for security. Thank you. So you've been someone who has worked in the US, like you said, 15 years, according to your intro. And how will you rate upgrade this government performance in health overall when it comes to supply chain, when it comes to health data integrity, when it comes to decentralization, when it comes just anything in the health sector, how will you rate this government? How is this government performing?
Well, sis, first of all, I don't know if you're trying to compare Liberia to America. I don't know whether that is where you are going, or you are just
No,
asking
no,
how
because
do I grade the government?
you are working you are
Oh
working
yeah,
in the US.
okay, I
Understand how
understand.
social justice is
Yeah,
related to health. You understand
I
that
understand.
better because you are working
Yeah,
in that sector.
that's-
So I'm
yeah,
trying to say, how will
yeah.
you rate the government that you support? How
hmm
is this government performing in health overall in health?
All right. Let me say it this way. This government needs to do more for our healthcare delivery system. It needs to do more uh, for our citizens, for our sisters, for our wives, for our pregnant women, for our children, for our elders. This government needs to do more to ensure that we have chloroquine, because people die because of lack of chloroquine up to now in some parts of the country. Basic stuff are not there, and then training is also very, very important, because what I realized in Liberia is once you are taken to the hospital, the first thing is they give you they hang in Liberia, we say they hang water on you, and the water they hang on you, what is in it? Is it all sugar? Is somebody diabetes going high and you putting more sugar in them? Training is number one. Training is number one. And of course, you talk about supply chain. We need X-ray machines, MRI machine. We need the appropriate beds the appropriate bed for certain surgical procedure. You don't use one bed for back surgery. You use it for general surgery. You use it for this and that. There are so many things that this government should do in terms of healthcare delivery system in our country. I think they have begun, but I think they need to speed up, because health is everything and everything.
Thank you. Thank you. And I looking at the budget that just passed, I think the money allotted to healthcare, I think is not enough to be able to accomplish that across the country. I think they need to do more, and I agree with you. Health, people want to go back to Liberia. I know you talk about security and other things. People want to go back to Liberia. I read a post on Facebook not too long ago. It had to do with this boxer Anthony Joshua that went to Nigeria with two friends from the UK. They were involved in a terrible accident between Lagos and some state, and then it took them long time for EMT to get to them. And by the time they got there, the car that they transported the guy, he was the only survivor, he and the driver, but the car they put him in to the hospital was not an ambulance. It was a regular SUV Jeep, right? And then, in fact, they put the man upright. They sat him upright. He was not laying down. And the hospital they took him to, terrible. So this lady wrote something on Facebook. She said, these are one of the reasons why going to places like West Africa is very dangerous. Great place, you want to go back to your home. Imagine this if it happened to a multi-millionaire in Nigeria that is considered, way developed when it comes to healthcare and stuff. Imagine if this happened to someone between Butu and Lowell. What becomes of you? So it put all that in perspective. People want to go back, but they start getting afraid of the healthcare. Something happened to you, you stumble your toes in behind Sani Kole, or even the Ganta said, you know, it's scary. So yeah, healthcare is a major tool, and not just this government, but the prior government, incoming government. That's something that really, really need to be invested into massively. But yeah, so thanks for the answer there, Brother Matt. I agree with you. They need to do more. CDC Ama. So we're going to go to you to ask your question, the two questions to our guests, and then from there we'll go to my little brother Cyrus Dankwa. So CDC Ama, let's hear from you. You're muted, sir.
Yeah, CEO, are you getting me now?
Yes, sir. We can hear you loud and
Yeah,
clear.
we're hearing you.
All right, let me say Happy New Year to you, CEO, and a Happy New Year to Saros, Lorena, and our distinguished guest on the show, Mr. Matthew J.B. Gono.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Matthew J.B. Gono,
Mhm.
he said that he used over 200,000 in 2017 elections. He get little over 1,900 votes in that elections, meaning that his strategy was poor. The calculations going to the elections was a total failure, meaning that his messaging of a campaign team was bad, and he was rejected by the people of District 2, Nimba County. And having said that, we listened to his exceptions on that of far reaching, which have to do with the Congress, the Coalition for Democratic Change, under the able leadership of President George Weah. Instead, when you look at armed robbery cases, I don't know, he is not speaking from data, he is not speaking from report. But if you follow of recent report that have been going when they talk about issue of crime and ritualistic killing, our international partners said a clear cut that it is on the increase. You can even look at the U.S. State Department report on crimes in Liberia. So it's quite unfortunate that people that would think that they are up there, they would make incredible research to come to this platform and be misinforming our people. But having said that, let me go to my questions to him. I wanted to discuss the political sides that he was on and show him that he said a lot of things which is not correct. But I would just want to speak on the security issue. The CEO, Mr. Gono, we observe that we are getting reports as you on the show. People are inboxing all my WhatsApp is full now from information about you. Since you lost the elections, you dropped your scholarship activity in Nimba, meaning that you came to the elections. It was Election Eve project that you were on, EEP, Election Eve project. Once you lost the election, you cut off every support. You are no more a humanitarian. All of your donor fund, the county, the people of the district have never seen you making any donation. So now the student of Nimba County and other students that were on your scholarship that were dropped, and so on, they have to go to the village. They are asking, when will you open that scholarship? That is my first question to you.
Okay. First of all, I want you to understand that helping people in society comes from your heart. It comes from your heart, and as God blesses you, you bless other people. Everything that I did, I was not employed by government. I was not part of government. I was not part of sitting to divide county funds and stuff like that. I was not part of receiving brown envelopes. I was not. We work hard for our money. I tell you that. We work very hard. My wife and I, my children. I speak to my daughter is in Nimba, and she's in a village called Zuople.
Yeah.
She's been there for a week. Everything that we own, my brother, is because we work hard for it. It's not government money. Now, you can accuse me of cutting your scholarship. You can accuse me of not doing what I did prior to election. You can describe it as election eve activities that I did. You can say anything. But what I want to tell you is that every penny that I spent as an individual during the Ebola, we sent supplies and money for some of our citizens. During COVID, we did the same thing. We provided masks and other items for schools in San Nicolas Central High School. And William Madding, who is the head of the youth, he will tell you that. We also bought out of our own pocket. We also bought seedlings, palm seedlings. And in the Yapi region is where today they are harvesting those things from my pocket. It was not that I was in government or senator, representative, whatever, to be squandering and amassing from the coffers of the Liberian people to go and build Palava Hut, to go and buy stuff for COVID, to go and buy. No, it was because I was born in that county. I was born in that country. That's what I did. And nothing, I assure you, nothing would discourage me from doing what I do for my personal pocket. And even my son who played football here, I'm in conversation with him so that we can do what we have to do. I'm not willing to get in government before I do what I do or what I did. No, it's not about that. I want to just clarify this to you. So I think when I spoke first, I did say that we spend a lot of money in Liberia. And then I have my kids here that I have to send to school so that they can take care of me when I'm old. I have my kids here that are going up in terms of education. Because when I say, hey, I'm going to Liberia, your daddy needs this. They must be in a position to give it to me. And that's what we have been doing as a family. And we'll continue to do this from our good hearts and minds. It's not. Now, it's funny. People look at people who use their own money and kind of challenge them and say all of these strong stuff to them. But they don't say to those who are on the stage stealing from the Liberian people. I don't understand why. I'm not saying this is what you are doing. I'm just saying in so many instances, this is what people do in Liberia. People who are on the stage, people who are saying in their house. Look at this, for example, look at the salaries of our representatives. Do your research as well and go around West Africa. They gave them gas. They gave them French benefits. Look at the salary of our teachers. Look at the salaries of our doctors. Look at the salaries of our of our soldiers and police and all that. They suffer. They're in the ring. And these guys go to work 2 days a week. And they're making all that money. They get free car from government. Look at that. And tell me if this is what a country that came from 14 years of civil war supposed to be paying their representatives and stuff like that. So we will continue, my brother. It's good to say these things, to know each other better. I will never stop. Like I said, I'm preparing myself, my family and my son will be coming with me. We are preparing ourselves to come to Liberia and see what we can do from our own pockets, not from government.
Thank you. Amma, before you come in there, I just want to state something. Yeah, man, scholarship and all that, that's something that I've experienced before. The same question you're asking him, I'm not even a politician, I've been there before. But you made an assertion that, and correct me here, Matt, if I'm wrong, and I stand to be corrected. So when you went to election, you had 21 people that are contesting, vying for the same position.
Yes, and 21 people.
Yeah, coming forth. I don't think we have to be honest, I don't think that's rejection, Amma, as you put it. I don't think that's rejection. Coming from America here, going to Liberia, where you didn't live 2 hours, you were just in and out, coming forth out of 21 people, I don't think that's what we would term politically as rejection.
There's an election that it is said that 200,000 plus United States that was spent. We are on ground to spend 200,000 United States on election in Liberia to get 1,900 votes. That is rejection, meaning that your campaign message was not correct.
Let me get response.
Now, CEO, let me go to the cardinal issues that people are asking and people are asking. They want to know. CEO, like for Cyrus, who is sitting already on his platform, know what it means for someone to say, I'm sending you on scholarship in East Africa. And after one semester, the person just drop communication with you. This is how it appears to a child that you pick up from the village in Yahweh Menso or in Yapie or in Gepa or anywhere around Sanikole there. And you inform their parents that you are bringing them to Sanikole to go to school, they will be on your scholarship. And after one semester, because you lost the election, you abandon everything, the scholarship is cut off. It is frustrating. There are a lot of people who are frustrated, who are victims of this. People, lawmakers will imitate them because they are in, some of them, they are in the house. They bring them to Monrovia, register them, and how you call it, are sending your child to school. After 1 or 2 semesters, they abandon the children. Then those children then have to be moving from capital building or door to door, from people offices to offices, begging for rent and even begging for school fees. So when those people come and use election project on our people, and after that they abandon them, they should be questioned on the motive of them even a warning according to ourselves, humanitarian telling ourselves they come with NGO to help our people. So there's a fact. So can you please allow me ask my second question? I know that you refuse to answer that.
Let me clarify shortly. This, I would say, allegation of going to maybe dual TIE or somewhere and bringing children and saying you'll stay here in Senegal. I'm gonna be responsible. That is not true. That is not true. I did not go to get any child from any part of the county and say, come live in Senegal. I'm responsible. No. We made promises. If I say, okay, look, I'll pay your tuition for 1 year if you are the best student in the class, or for 1 month, or for whatever the time, we make commitment. And what we say is what we did. We did not bring people. Look, you be realistic. I'm not a millionaire. I'm not working for government, stealing government money. You expect me to?
I have students who do school. You said that you will pay their school fee. You never university. You only pay.
Oh man,
let me finish.
Yeah, can I go to my next question to you?
Bro, man, 1 second. Let me still listen to me, Ama. So
yeah,
you got to get your information right. Coming on this platform and making these allegations without evidence becomes concerning, right? So if you
want me to post the evidence in the chat room, I'll post it right here on my WhatsApp.
Let me finish now.
There are people who are reaching out to all about Mr. JB Matthew Gono information.
No, what I'm trying to say to you is when you are coming on here,
it could be an opponent. It could be a political opposition.
You make sure your evidence, you got your raw evidence, because our people character we are voting.
Okay, Theo, let us go to the next. Let me go to my next question, Mr. Gono. I'm sorry if you feel hurt, but yeah, when you come here, we can be very much tough at times. It's not a free ride show. Now let me go to my next question.
Excuse me. I think we have to respect each other, even we have political differences and that sort of thing. We are not at war, and so we don't approach issues with antagonism and stuff like that. That's what it appears to be. Whether you're from a different political party, I'm from a different political party. What is fundamentally true is the fact that we are all Liberians, and so anything we do, we should do with respect for one another. I'm not mad. I don't ever get mad when it comes to political issues because I understand. I've been in politics for so long. I understand what people do. Even people texting you and stuff like that. It could be someone who doesn't like me. It could be someone who doesn't like you, who could give information about you, in a negative way. So those things don't move me. I've been there. I was with Charles Taylor. I don't want to go into all of these things. Okay, so I don't get mad. Don't think I'm not mad. We'll never get mad with you. I just want us to do with respect for each other.
And like I do on this show all the time, Ama, it's not just you. I always do. We'll make sure we check evidence. We'll make sure, especially when it comes to people's character, we want to make sure that the information we put out here is accurate, regardless of our political differences. So when you are making these allegations, especially about taking someone from here, bringing someone child here, and back, those are all those are all grave allegations. Thank you.
If you
have your evidence,
thank you. CEO, let me go to my next question. We are getting report, Mr. Gono. We are getting report that you are still an active member of ANC diaspora. Even people are saying here that you are in ANC as we speak. You are still in ANC chat room. And you are also an ONPP Charles Taylor man. You are not yet resigned from the ANC, and you are now voicing out that you are a member of the United Party and a supporter of this government. How do you address yourself to these allegations? Are you an ANC active member, or are you a JKUN So JQ movement supporter or a unity partisan now?
I am. Let me just say, the first thing I want to address is I belong to the rescue mission, to the rescue team. That's what I belong to. To the issue of Charles Taylor, you talk about Charles Taylor in NPFL at the time. I did not fight. I want you to know this because I felt and believed that fighting and killing people and looting was not part of my soul. It was not part of my blood. So when you say when we were captured, when NPFL captured Nimba, we fled to Monrovia. So I was all over the place, up and down. When they go on this side, I go on the other side. I refused to fight to the extent that some of the CEO, big people, wanted to even eliminate me. But because of God's grace. So I was behind the line. You are right. Like I said, when I was behind the line, I worked for CRS. I worked for MSF Belgium. I became Consensus Movement Chairman for Nimba. It was not NPF for anything. It was not NPF for anything. And then the second thing is ANC. I did not join ANC, to remain with ANC even if I was dissatisfied and not happy with certain things that was happening. And I'm sure you agree with me that all those who even join CDC up to present are not members of CDC. There have various reasons. The evolution, things happen, things fades away. People who join CDC, are they all members of CDC today? Or some have in fact been openly accepting and joining Unity Party? This is what happened on in the political arena. People change their minds. I'm not with ANC. I'm not with AMC. If I were
But
with
you are
ANC,
not yet resigned from them. You are not yet resigned from the ANC. You are still in some of their chat room, in the diaspora chat room.
what you are saying just tells me how human beings, how we think, how we talk, and how we take anything and just magnify it. What chat room? Can you produce a chat room that
But
you see Matthew
let
Gono Sr?
me come in there, bro, Matt.
It
But
it is strange and
I'm
surprising
a
that you accuse me of something that I have never even thought about being any chat room when it comes to ANC. No, that is not true. It's a far-fetched story. I want you to please check.
So you are resigned from the ANC.
I
no.
am not
Listen,
part of the ANC.
I'm
If I say I'm not part of the ANC,
Yeah.
what does it mean?
yeah. So
I'm not part of the ANC.
you
See, you're saying that you are not part of in no way mean that you are officially resigned from the party. And let him tell all, he say, I'm a member of rescue team. Member of rescue team, are you a member of the Unity Party or MDR or JQ movement? Member of rescue team is just Blum. Tell all if you are a member of the Unity Party now.
It's not blunt. People, if you remember, during the elections, people did not become Unity Party members before they ran campaign for the rescue mission.
right.
No, they were not part of JQ movement before the rescue was a general nomenclature. Rescue, the word rescue, it interests a lot of thousands of Liberians, and all they wanted to do was to rescue the country. And so we all became member of the rescue team. I'm still a member of the rescue team. I still support the rescue team, but I have not officially joined Unity Party and stuff like that. It does not mean that you cannot be part of the rescue mission if you are not joining the Unity Party. That's not true.
Yeah. But
So this is what it is.
I think before we go to Sarah, I think you are being unfair. So even since Lorena here, she's an ANC member and she's a rescuer. So you don't have to denounce or leave your political party to be a rescue member or to be a Kunshan and you can't come and make our guess.
But see you, Lorena is a JQ movement person. She is not MDR, she is not UP, she's a JQ movement. That we know. She has said
what I'm trying to let you know is that you can be
CEO, 30 seconds. Brooks, the FOJ is not a political party.
No.
Like for example, listen now, uncle. You got different political movement. You got some political leaders, they got a movement, and you got people within that movement from different political parties. So being a rescuer, supporting the rescue government does not necessarily mean you are a member of MDR,
I thought you already
NPP,
knew that. I thought you
the
knew that,
UP
man.
that constitute. I call it the ACOP. Those are people from different political parties that supported the rescue mission. And there are also people who supporting the rescue mission, the rescue government, but they are not members of any of the 4 political parties. Then for me, I was a state coordinator for the ANC. I suspended my membership in 2022 for some reason. And then in 2023, I supported the rescue mission, and I still support the rescue government, though I will speak the truth when they do bad thing, unless why you sedition.
Thank you.
Thanks for that. Thanks for the clarification.
Yeah, I told you, bro. I said this is rescue.
You have to get your facts together.
Yeah.
You should understand that people hate people for who they are, what they are. And people texting you, inboxing you, and say, oh, they met took someone from Dulupa and say, can't live in Senegal. I never, ever did that. If it were 1 year, most of what I did, in fact, were like just giving, maybe say, in the Duo area, I gave more than 50 scholarship. But I say, you know what, calculate it, let me pay for it and move on to other places. So there were different strategies we used, but I did not take one child from Campley and say, can't Senegal, you live there on my account. No.
Thank you. So this is the Heat Hour, as the show name is called. It's called the Heat Hour. Thanks to our follower. Welcome to BKS TV. We are being relayed in Butuo, voice of BKS, and then voice of Tapeta. We want to say thanks to all our followers, our listeners. Happy New Year to all of you. When we were away for a few days, everyone kept calling us, texting us. When are you guys coming back? When you're coming back? When you're coming back? And we are back on here. We host a lot of people. So thanks, Brother Matt, for taking up your time to come on here and ask questions and answer questions. We have a lot of panelists. Just very few of them show up tonight. We have over, I think, 16 or 17 panelists from different backgrounds. We got folks from the CDC. We got a lot of rescuers on here, but they're not here tonight. We got Unity Party. We got CDC AMA. We got an independent. People might picking Cyrus, different folks that come on here every day. So thank you so much for taking up your time to come on here and answer these questions. I think we need to have these discussions, right? We disagree to agree and then answer these hard questions instead of going to back. Things are changing now, right? Going at those days where someone in Butuo would just go to win elections. So, oh yeah, the person that win election, then will come back. And then everyone goes. But now we listen to people. People come on here and share their ideas. We have folks like Amma asking these hard questions, and with that, making sure that things are done the right way. So Cyrus is one of our panelists. He's currently his own disclosed location. I'm not going to disclose the main location. The thing is started dressing. He posted one picture today. I don't know he was coming from church or he was going to church. He dressed up, and I had to call him and warn him. I said, "Listen, you can't dress more than you can't dress past the CEO. You gotta calm down with this dressing thing."
I like that.
So Cyrus will go to you, ask your 2 questions, and then from there we'll take our last round. We got to get to some other things that I want us to discuss about the AML thing in Nimba and other Nimba stuff. We'll ask our guests about before we take leave of it. But you can ask your question 2 minutes.
Yeah, thank you, CEO. Let me say Happy New Year to our listeners and everyone on the panel. Good evening, Mr. Matthew Gono.
Good evening.
I listened to you. I listened to you as you explained. And CEO, I want to first of all say, when we have guests, especially political guests, we should checkmate them politically. The old man we have on the show has presented himself not as a patriotic Liberian, but as a political person, So he holds allegiance to the United Party, which is right. I'm not going to go back and forth on whether or not he supported John or Paul in the past. That's a right to disassociate himself from whatever institution. But the real issue, I listened to him as he explained about the rule of law. There are too many things he said. He talked about the security system in the country. He said the security system is good. Now, he said there is no proliferation of drugs in a country like before. He also talked about um the health system. There are too many things I captured when he was explaining. But I'm a bit disappointed for Ome Matthew to say the health system of the country is improving and that this government has done well in 2 years, even though he did not speak with specificity to point at things to say this is what I'm talking about. He generalized the conversation, and I want to ask him, based on his explanation. And one of my questions has to do with the judicial system. Now, looking at the Unity Party of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and the same Unity Party of Joseph Barker, today, Deputy Minister Brian McGill raped 14-year-old child. He was a deputy minister at Youth and Sport. He raped a 14-year-old child, and the child confessed. The child cried for justice. Now, because of his link to the president, this man was never made to account for his action. This, I don't know if that's one of his definition of justice, but he was never. Now he goes around, he passes around with impunity. Now the next thing is a gentleman linked to the president's son, Jojo. He was arrested with drugs with terrible substances, and he was just released by the court. Accordingly, I stand to be corrected that by the president's directive, that he was released, even though our drug law is clear. That's another instance. And another instance has to do with the legislative impasse involving the embattled speaker of the legislature, Speaker Fanati Kofa. The Supreme Court is supposed to be the final arbiter of constitutional justice. Now the speaker was removed, and then he ran to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court rendered a decision that the majority bloc acted what they term as ultra vires out of the scope of their power. And then the president, the senior executive, the rescue government refused to adhere to the Supreme Court's ruling. They decided to do business with the illegal group. I don't know what exactly is your definition of justice before we go further. What's your definition of justice? And you proudly said this government is doing well when it comes to justice. And when you talk about justice, you are talking about the rule of law. How you say justice? Brian McGill is passing around after raping an innocent girl. The Chief Justice, the Supreme Court, not even the Chief Justice, the Supreme Court brought a ruling and said, listen, the majority of law is acting out of the confine of their power. Now, the executive branch has to say, no, we'll do business with them, even though the Supreme Court said no. And then the other instance that has to do with Joseph Barker's son and the narco gentleman, the guy was just released. A lot of things are happening in Liberia every day. Even in Ganta, you see dead bodies in the street, ritualistic killings. Innocent children are losing their lives on a daily basis. You talk about strengthening the security system under this government. How is it? Does this not represent policy? I want you to be clear on this issue, Chief. It has to do with our country. Let's forget about political party.
It's like I said, it's not about political party. It's about the fact that God put you in that part of the world, and if you have some level of discipline and stuff like that, you don't look at political parties. I'm not interested in what this political party does or do not do. What is key in every society is the dispensation of justice. And like I said, this government has been there for maybe going to the second year, so it is not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing. It is said that London Bridge was not built in a day's time, and stuff like that. It would take some time. It would take evaluation. It would take assessing people that are appointed by the government, giving them months of trial, perhaps quietly, and stuff like that, vetting them accordingly before they are even appointed to those positions. So it is not an easy thing. If even you were put in power today, it's going to take you some time. Me, if I were put in power today, it would take some time. It would take Boakai and Jeremiah some time, to look at everything that is happening. But when I talk about security, if you look at the security today, there are more people coming to Liberia than ever before. And not just Liberians. They are foreigners. They are Americans. There are other, nationals that are coming to Liberia, than ever before. They said they feel a little safe. They feel better than what it used to be. Now, the question of Wakai's son, if because he's the president he's the son of the president of Liberia, and he can go scot-free, this information I want to really follow up myself in Monrovia. I want to follow up and find out before I could even make a conclusive statement about it, because these are very important. These are very important. I believe that you should set example on your own people, your own family members, on your own children, before you can even get out there, if we are serious about justice. But it will be gross miscarriage of justice if Wakai's son would do something like you are saying, and I don't have all the details. I have to find out. If that is the case, if that is just dead wrong, then we are on the wrong path. We are on the wrong path of rebuilding our country. We will be on the wrong path of bringing justice to Liberia. And the person you talk about, the guy that raped the child, I saw it, I heard it, you saw him and stuff like that. But I have not followed up with that up to now to see what has happened. But I'm going to make sure this week, I will come back on this show. I'm going to make sure this week, I'm going to get in touch with the appropriate authorities, and stuff like that, to see what has happened to that case. If we don't have justice, if we don't uphold justice in our country, nothing else will go on. Nothing else will go on. Liberia is not an elephant meat that anybody can just go and cut. It's not anybody's farm. People elect people to position of trust so that they can ensure that there is security, they can ensure that there is justice, and not just justice for the privileged or for the rich, but that there is justice for all. So these are very important issues you have raised. But I'm going to follow up and make sure when I speak, I will tell you, I will speak from truth instead of just listening to one person and stuff like that, and then answering those questions. I'm going to make a follow up before I come with a proper answer. And if some of these things are not done, it will be a problem. I'll be surprised if the president that I know, Joseph Boakai, who has working going for 100 years, to say the least, will allow something like that to happen. I have to find out.
Thank you.
I have to find out.
Yeah, thank you, and that's huge. Sorry that you brought that up, and I think since Lorena on this show has been one of those people from within who has been really pressing on that rape case thing. Is very disturbing. And the sad part is it has been quiet. Nobody's talking about it. It's gone. It's gone, quote unquote, in Liberia, which is very unfortunate. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that girl, one princess that was killed.
Yes, I remember.
She used to work for, I forgot the thing, man, princess, but it was a big
maybe
deal.
3-4 years ago. I remember.
Yeah.
The mulatto girl.
That was
Princess, yeah. Yes, that like that. It was a big deal. Everybody, it was all over the place, and it just went. And if we're not careful, sadly, I think that's what the trajectory is. This girl case, the rape case, will just go like that. After a few months from now, we won't be talking about it.
No.
But actually, that's a great point you brought up there. Yeah, so you can.
And we have to keep the light. We have to keep the candle burning, the candle of justice burning.
Yes.
To rape somebody's child is unacceptable. And if nothing happened to the perpetrator, then who are we as a society? Then who you are as a president, as a vice president, whoever, whatever position we are all in Liberia, we must make sure that justice is dispensed. Like I said, not just for the rich or the privileged, but for everybody, even the poorest. That's what justice means.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I will want to go to my next question. I like your honesty in answering the question. Like I said earlier, this is more about Liberia than just a political party. Because once Liberia becomes a better place, all of us will enjoy. My next question: there are people being parading around with Unity Party, quote unquote, mature political status. They say they are sophisticated. People brag about that often, and you hear people around saying, "Oh, Unity Party is not like CDC. Unity Party is not like ordinary political party." So the conversation is that they are sophisticated, and that their sophistication lead them to doing something that the ordinary people will not sense it the way seditious did. Then when it comes to looting state resources, they got sophistication that people don't notice. I think a month ago, Unity Party returned to their old party's headquarters in Congo Town. And before they returned, they owned the place. They purchased the place, they owned it before doing the rally fundraising. So it's almost like Mr. Matthew Gono, owning a place in Senegole already, and then he goes there to look for money to buy the same place. I don't know if that is sophistication. And the next thing is, prior to President Paika being not vice president, but president of the country, when he was vice president, he said on an interview that he was living on loan, and that he was finding it difficult to survive because he never had money. But intermittently, the same Barker, after he took state power, he had to purchase $1.4 million Lexus. Because often I heard people say, "Oh, the old man is not corrupt. He's nationalistic. He loves the country and all of that." But he went, while Liberians are dying of hunger, he purchased $1.4 million Lexus. And then one of the statements the president made during his campaign was he doesn't like seeing children, adolescent girls, and boys selling in the street. It's risky. And I agree with him. But today, they are more on the street selling now than before. In Monrovia, for parents to eat, for households to have food, they have to send their kids in the street to sell. Even though the president said during the campaign that he would not want to see them selling in the street. The next thing is, you talk about government, being straight on the rule of law, and that nobody is above the law. But you see that the president has suspended a lot of officials for corruption. And suspending an official for corruption does not equate to prosecuting that official to give back what was stolen. As soon as you steal millions, what he does, he suspends you and you go home. Nobody is after you anymore. By the time you are suspended, it means you've paid for your crime. The likes of Rosalie Swakoko Dennis, the LTA boss Amdullah, a lot of instances have occurred where the president just suspended and the people have gone home with our money, only because they are Unity Party people. But when it happens to seditions, they take them to court. I don't know how to define that. I don't know if it is justice. But let me swiftly add a question about Nimba, so you can just, because I want to compound them based on the limitation of time. In Nimba today, I can see that the educated class, the intellectual class is sitting at the back, watching semi-illiterate gentlemen around the VP controlling things. You see people running things, especially guys from Beleguer Territory District. the rest of the districts in Nimba are crying. I listen to Culture. I listen to a lot of guys. I speak to some of them, on a daily basis, and they will say, "Listen, we are regretting our support because you cannot support a process. You have document, you have the competence, you are qualified to work, but certain people, certain individuals around the VP will say, Mr. Matthew Gono has master degree, and when educated people are empowered, they will undermine the VP." That's the scenario now in the county today. Lofa is moving in unity. The guys have reconciled. The likes of Fala. Fala is one of those who campaign vehemently against Joseph Baika in Lofa. So Joseph did same, but all of them are moving together because now it has to do with their people. But all of us want the VP to be the president's predecessor. But today the conversation is not in Nimba. The only thing people that Lorena do is to go around the VP and say this other person hate you, this other person doesn't like you. Why is Nimba proceeding like this? Where are we? Where is Edith Gonglo? Where is Garrison Yellow? What happens to Koga? Now and then you hear people calling Koga is his power greed. He's greedy. Where are we, Chief?
That's a compound question or analysis that I have to address, and I will try my best, beginning with Nimba. I think people look for a little room to exaggerate this unity, even in families. Maybe my cousin will come and say, look, your son or your wife or your this, and if you are not careful, you react the same way. But we should react with maturity. The first thing I want to tell you, that Nimba is together. Let no one deceive you or deceive us or deceive anybody to say Nimba is not together. The silence of some of these people does not mean that there is disunity. The silence of some of these people mean, look, I played some role last year, 2 years ago. Let me lay back and see what others can do. At the end of the day, when Nimba man says Zeyo, Zeyo, when Nimba man say yo, no matter where we are, we'll reach to those calls and stuff like that. There is no disunity in Nimba. In the human, look, we are all human beings. We'll always have problems. We'll always have disagreements. We'll always have misunderstandings. But it doesn't mean we are not together. Nimba is together. If Peter is not in position today because he was defeated or they remove him for reasons that justify, the person deserves it. Or if you retire, that's your business. Nimba, I think Nimba is together. And we're talking about how some part of Nimba development had not reached yet and stuff like that. It's true. It's true. Development will go throughout the land and birth of that county before the end of this term of President Joseph Boakai. It will happen. And as we have these conversations over and over and again, people hear it over and over and again. And that's how people come to themselves. Even some of those questions you are asking, some of those concerns you guys have expressed, people are hearing it. People are hearing us, and they are taking notes accordingly. Look, my beginning librarian man say, it is not an easy thing to bring a group of people together. Even in our own homes, we can have this unity. Your children, your wife, there will always be problems. But what is important is that at the end of the day, we come together, resolve our issues, and move ahead. Nimba is not divided, because even with the vice president and Koga, the senator, and all that, we say, oh, there's a big fight. I am telling you, you'll be surprised to see Jeremiah Kum and Koga together eating GB tomorrow. Nimba is together. Nimba is not divided. And those who strive, those who crave, those who try to divide Nimba will never be divided. We are always together. I have a lot of political enemies in Nimba. So I don't want to call names. Do you think I'm going? If I go to Nimba today, when they come to
some of them are inboxing Amazon.
if I go to Nimba today and they invite me, in fact, once they hear that JB Matthew Gono is in town, let me just go on that radio, same with Radio Nimba. You will be surprised. People you thought were my enemies to come to the house for us to do things together. Nimba is not divided. Nimba will never be divided. No matter how our enemies outside Nimba try to divide us, no matter how the devil try to divide Nimba, it will never happen. If you look at counties in Nimba, I think you will agree with me that Nimba is one of those in terms of growth and development that is moving. It's not perfect. Am I saying that? No. I'm not saying that there have been no rash, killing in the street of Ganta or some corners of Ganta or some. No, I'm not saying that. But what we are trying to do, we are working hard to ensure that these things are corrected, because we are human beings in the greatest nation on the planet, America. All kinds of things happen here. People kill, people shoot people. Does anybody in America is not together? No, they are together. The president will do something crazy, and they will argue. They will go to the house. They will accuse the speaker. It doesn't mean they're not together. They are together. So I want to assure you that there is nothing like perfection in any part of the world. In our families, in our governments, in the various countries, there is nothing like perfection. But we will try every day, as long as we live, to make sure that all of us are one big family. And so Nima is one big family, and I believe Liberia is one big family. And the injustices that you have said are happening with even the president's son, with this guy who raped this young baby girl and stuff like that. The issue of the Supreme Court, I'm sure that they are listening. And I'm sure that if they want a legacy that people can look at and say, yes, the rescue mission did it. The Unity Party did it. They laid a foundation so solid for income government. I can assure you that these things will happen. It's a matter of talking, and not just maybe taking call-outs to criticize somebody, or just sitting and say, oh, that person is not good. He's this and that. Let us be constructive in our criticism. If you are constructive in your criticism, it helps to, in fact, teach the next person. And that's what for all of us to do.
Thank you. And that's what makes Nimba great. Yago Nimba Kante Yasia. Thank you. I know we've had you for over 2 hours now. We have so much here to discuss because of the time. We won't be able to go through everything, but the good thing you said was that you're going to be back here with us anytime. So once you come back in the future, within a few days or weeks after we get together, and then we'll continue with our questioning, because there's so many questions we have here. We've been here 2 hours, almost 8 minutes now, so we can't keep you here that long. So what we'll do is usually we'll have you give us your party statement within 2 minutes or so. People are listening. The people from around the VP, they do listen to the show religiously. People from the rescuers do listen to the show. Nimba people listen to the show. I know of thousands of Nimba people who are not happy with the government who listen to the show, and folks who are also happy with the government listen to the show. And that's why we are here. Our goal is to ask these questions. Cyrus, Lorena, and everyone else is asking. They got people who are in Nimba who are not in the position to ask these questions. I can tell you that for sure. Because of whatever situation they choose not to. But we are their voices, and we owe it to them to ask these questions. But I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking up your time in Jersey there, being up this time. I know it was an impromptu request to give us 2 hours of your time this evening on this beautiful Sunday, first Sunday in 2026. The team said thank you. So you can give us your parting comment in 2 minutes, and then we'll take leave of you.
The first thing is to say a big thank you to God who had brought us thus far. There were a lot of people, there were friends that I know who did not even see 2026. But we did. And we are seeing 2026. There were people with illness diseases. There were people who were in the plane, the whole plane came down. There were a lot of bad things that happened. So for this group, you guys and I to sit to talk face to face. Some of you, I don't know. I think we have to say thank you to God. But as Liberians, the first thing is not about what tribe, what political affiliation. That's not what causes. What is important and most imperative is we should come together. And even if we criticize it.
Okay, our guest has probably disconnected. It looks like he's having. When you are using the phone and call comes in, sometimes it can disrupt the show. But while we are waiting on him to come back in here, we got a lot of things that we will be discussing this week. I've reached out to several guests who have all consented to be here this week. The Tapeta, what is it called? Tapeta vocational, whatever. Sarah, how you call that thing? Tapeta one, vocational school, right? That they are building.
TVTR.
Yeah. So, and the president nominated people today, the board, all that stuff. So, we got a lot of questions about that. We'll be discussing. I have few people lined up from Tapeta who are in the inner circle of the decision making when it comes to that vocational school, who will be here this week, Monday and Tuesday, hopefully to discuss that. I'm hoping to get to our senators to kind of chime in, a few lawmakers here to come on here and discuss. So this week is going to be a promising, loaded week. But yeah, so while we are with our guests here, I want to let Sis Lorena go with. Are you busy?
Again?
Oh, okay. No, I was just going to say our guest is not here. Usually we give our parting statement since he's not here. I'm just going to go to you, give you 2 minutes to give us your parting statement. We'll be back here tomorrow. We'll announce our guest for tomorrow in our group chat there, but we'll be discussing things that have to do pertaining to Nimba. So I have just gave you 2 minutes of our time to give us your closing statement, and then welcome back to town again.
Yeah, thank you, CEO. And let me use maybe 15 seconds of our time to say congratulations to the boys and girls from Nimba. Yesterday, our boys defeated Bon County 3-0, and then today our girls also did the same. And I want to say thanks to them. And I also want to say that Nimba is the first county since 1847 in Liberia that have secured a 62-seater bus for its team that is branded Nimba from her home. It's not just bus that were made for any market, but it was branded Nimba. Congratulations to the county administration for that. And unconfirmed information says Akina also contributed money to the team for this year, and I think portion of that money was used to secure that bus.
So one second, that's a breaking news. Let me confirm something real fast. Are you saying that the bus was purchased by the county?
Unconfirmed. CEO informed me unconfirmed.
Okay.
Lorena have been.
Unconfirmed because you ask this question. Like I said, I've been up to because where I was in B, yes, Lone Star network, but it's 2G, so those people like.
So Lorena, don't blame me. The reason I asked that because I've been fishing.
But you didn't hear me, but I said unconfirmed. But if you play the clip with here, I said unconfirmed twice.
You did.
And then coming to today's show, it's unfortunate that when people want to make another panelist the center of the show when you are not the guest. And so I am very busy. Even when I was in B, I talked a lot with my laughter, either writing proposals, either going back and forth with one sponsor or to be sponsor on certain things they did not understand my proposal. I'm so busy, and at the same time, but next week I will resume classes. So to take off my time to go to the vice president to tell him that certain people don't like him, I think like it's too petty for me. That I will never do, even if I was less busy. How much more? I have so much to discuss with the man, either about project, either about this, either he asking me, what can we do in the health sector in Nimba? Then I leave all those things we get to discuss. And coming to say, oh, the person does not like you, this person does not like you. It will not add anything to me, neither will it add any value to the office of the vice president. So I want to tell somebody say they are semi-elected guy in the office of the vice president. The last I checked, everyone who has a position in the office of the vice president is at least a bachelor degree holder. Some of them masters, some of them are started in graduate school. So I know even me, I may have dissatisfaction with some individual in the office of the vice president, but it does not mean I should condemn the entire office of the vice president. I mean, you know, the thing about leadership is that you only attract, you know, those things that you admire. But if you always attack things, and you hate that thing, it goes far away from you. So we as people who want to aspire into public service, be it in the private sector, be it in government, it is always good to discuss the issue, you know, leaving aside sentiment, insult, and say as it is instead of generalizing a whole institution because of one or two persons. If that was the case, me here would be saying a lot of negative things after the office of the Bible. If I have my own personal dissatisfaction with an individual, but does that mean I should contain the whole office? No, it would be naive on my part. Like a student took a test that you administer and you get a student 0/10. You mean that there was nothing for that whole test like with them all the notes you taught them, it means you say you failed. So I just want to say that I'm so very busy that I cannot take off my time to leave from where Esikopo Road to go where and what they play and Bangkasa to go discuss how somebody hit the vice president. If you ask the vice president, you will say, Lorena has come in and say, this person, have you talked to this person? When last you talked to this person? Can you do this? That's the kind of person I am. And I often say on this show, I will not come and sit and discuss things that I discussed with the vice president or who I discussed with me in a positive manner because I may lost that slavery or he confided in me some things that the discussion have with other political figures from across the aisle. I will never do that. So no matter how people push me, I will never do that. But I just like to say that I'm very busy. I don't discuss people, especially negatively. I'm too busy either doing assignment, doing my project that is school related or proposals from my organization. I'm not a less busy person. So
you can discuss negatively.
Thank you.
So who I tell you short.
You can discuss negatively.
So who
Please try to get confirmed report about the boss. Yeah.
Okay, I can't use my camera. You refuse to use your camera. You keep in there. You very short. Send me that picture.
Thank you. I
saw that you honor me. They say I shot. I see you get a picture. I send a picture to the CEO. You honor me. They say I shot. I come in post in the chat room. I come in post a photo down in the chat room.
Our guest is back. Our guest is back. He was completing his parting statement there. I said, Lorena, if you have time, please try to get us confirmed report about the bus. Who, if you can, who bought it and how it was purchased, if you can, for us, please. So, bro, Matt, you can go ahead.
So
I'm a reporter. I'm a panelist. I'm not a journalist.
Oh, okay.
So,
we'll do it.
you know, let me just tell you guys this thing. Most of you are very young people, and one of the things that killed in Liberia during the Civil War was not the bazooka or the guns. It was our mouth. It was running and saying, "Oh, Justin, Jeremy, Matthew Gono don't like you. You could get killed." Or Peter Brown said, "So it was not a bazooka." And we have to learn from this war. It was not a bazooka. It was not the AK-47 that some of us refused to take. It was our mouth. if we're saying things about each other, let's check facts. Let's make sure they are factual. They are truthfully factual. Instead of just saying things that maybe someone said. Someone cannot just say something about me and then you run with it, or someone cannot say something about you and I just run with it without checking these facts. But what I was trying to say is this rescue mission, this rescue team that we all suffer for and will continue to suffer for. We all saw the thousands of people that were in the ring. They promise and they show us. I have some friends in the rescue mission. Some of them are their own business people. They are big. Some of them are millionaires in Nimba. We all work together. But this rescue mission, this team, this government of Liberia now, if it does not stand for justice, if it does not stand for the dispensation of social, political, and economic justice in Liberia to better the Liberian people, it will be a problem. I am confident, though. I'm confident, and I am sure, like I said, it's just been a little under 2 years. It's just this government is on its way, because they invite even our president to the White House here, and a president to be invited to the White House here, it means something. They see signs. Now that everything is happening, now that they have stopped all the insecurity, now that they have stopped all of these things. But it sees a clear sign that something positive is coming out of this government. That's why officials of government from Liberia, especially the president, can be invited to the White House for meeting with Donald J. Trump, the president of America. Something will happen. Let's hold together. Let's stop these false allegations and oh, guess what happened? The person did it. No pettiness. We must stop. What we should work towards is ensuring that the salary of I don't know how far that issue is even gone. They suggested as you cut down the salary of our workers, of our representatives, which makes sense given the fact that we do not have supplies in the hospital. We got nothing in this hospital. Our pregnant women are dying. People are dying from malaria. Why these guys are taking $8,000 for all the French benefits? Where does that happen in the world? That's greed. And we must work hard to ensure we should make the noise. We should call our people to tell their representative to protest and stuff like that peacefully, to ensure that they cut their salary, so that those money can be redirected to our healthcare system, our education and stuff like that. That's what we need to do. Having said that, I just want to say thank you so much. This is my first time, and when I come to say, what our fellow name, man?
Cisiama?
Yes. Look, my man, when I come to San Nicolas, I'm going to call you. You want to come eat GB with me in San Nicolas? You're going to come to San Nicolas and eat GB with me. So you can know me better. Because when I get on that ground, it's a different.
No problem.
Traditionally, I'm telling you, you will see the chiefs. I'm in America, but believe me, I live here in Liberia because I'm a traditional person. The respect is there for me. When I get there, I will invite you guys, my little brother there, Abin, so you can come for all of us. Even as Abin is there, I say, my man, I'm going to month prepare yourself so we can go down. So that you can come to San Nicolas and we'll all eat together and talk together and rectify some of those mistakes. The forgotten places in Nimba. This superintendent, she's vibrant. She's very focused. She's not interested in representative coming, went for Kante meet. Then they divide the money that Astor Meta gave. That's what they did throughout. And that's how some of them are mad with her. But in short, I will thank you guys so much and pray that God will bless all of us in this 2026 and in the coming year so that we can have good health. We can have all the breakthroughs that we ask of God to grant us. I say thank you, and may God richly bless the works of your hands as you continue this public thing you are doing for the betterment and improvement of our citizens.
Thank you. We'll have you back on here. Like you said, you'll be here most often. We have several topics, several things to discuss.
And sis, thank you. I don't know where
you put it. Thank you. What I get is say yeah. Because when I asked the question about how can he rate the government in performance in health, and he said the government needs to be more but he made a particular emphasis on chloroquine. People are dying from malaria because no chloroquine. And I could reach out to him outside this show to say to him, but the public too will go with that information. So I would like to say publicly that our first line of malaria, anti-malaria treatment in Liberia is antimeter, not chloroquine.
No, I know. I was just setting. It was just an example that I was giving. I
Okay.
said people can die for even for the lack of even a one chloroquine pill. It was just an example I'm giving. I was giving, not that no, not that.
Okay, okay.
You
So
know,
somebody don't say
once that you person, you will not ask any hard question here. So don't be acting like you want to be critical here. Once that you person, you will not ask any hard question.
For God, I'm not taking politics.
Thank you, bro, man.
Exactly, that will help.
Thank you so much. We look forward to hosting you here again very, very soon. Have a good night.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
thank
bye-bye.
you guys. Thank you so much. Bless you.
Okay.
Mr. Aman. So
yeah,
I've already given her closing statement, so it's up to you. Did you read about the? Yeah, go ahead. I was going to feed you with some words there, but go ahead.
Yeah, CEO, you know, almost everything that is happening in Nimba County now, for my people.
Yes, Cyrus wants to say something. Sorry, what you want to say?
I said little Marcel. That means something that my brother can close. You can take off.
Yeah, but you have to on the seaside.
No problem.
Man, I'm baby.
Yeah, I get it up fast.
Thank you, CEO. It was a fascinating show. Even though the guests did not come to the discourse with honesty, he was not sincere, I must admit. You know, when we are discussing about our country, we should be honest as much as possible. The first thing, CEO, let's try to dispel this misconception about people being truthful to power and people perceive them to be rude, to be against individuals. It is not about being against individual. The first thing, I've always said this, and I will say it again. I do not fix in any political circle in Liberia. I do not fit. You know, the regular shenanigans people use when leaders are on the run, they are doing the wrong things. You know, the only way they know you are loyal to them is to sing praises. You know something is not right. You know young people are being affected by something, and the only way the leader will know you are loyal is to say, "Oh yeah, chief, you're doing right, Bagu," all kind of stuff. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't fit in any political circle. I'm a realist. I like to speak truth to power. Many times Garrison Yellow and myself go back and forth, you know, because I don't like too many things he does. I mean, I like to speak my mind. Whether or not somebody take offense, that's your business. You know, I have my life to live. You have your life to live. And I want for posterity to judge me the way I am. When I said there are semi-illiterate guys around the VP who mislead him every day, I mean it. And this is not to say the guys are illiterate. Semi-illiterate means somebody who is not educated to that extent the person is not equally illiterate. That's not insult. You know, when somebody is in between, you are half educated, you are semi-illiterate. And there are guys that die around the VP, and such people are terrible. What people do to survive on, I got guys that die around Garrison Yellow. Even if Garrison is doing the wrong thing, they support it. They support it with everything, only to prove loyalty. I can vividly recall during the campaign, my brother Demisi and I advised Yellow not to wear CDC party regalia. We told him. I did research on the GC Act. I said, Chief, you can support WIA. You can go and campaign for WIA. You don't necessarily have to wear party regalia to prove a point. You know, I got too many guys say, "Oh, I'm opposition. The first thing I don't like Josh WIA, blah blah blah." And here we are today. Listen, the system we have in Liberia Look, it's so good that you are not involved with politics here. The guys, the mindset of the young people around their leaders. Some survive, on gossip, spreading falsehood and all of that, singing praises to leaders all of the time. And this is embarrassing the VP. I have taught the Nimba we have. The last time you remember I said our unity is just about counting mint. Our unity. Watch it. You see them making issue this. You see them dancing. And you saw Adu embarrassing them picture. You see them dancing. You see them acting that they love one another. That acting finished. Can't they make finish? Everything stopped at SKD. That's the unity we have. Once it is about Nimba playing, every day you will see them together dancing. But deep down their minds, people hold things against each other. Abdul Malibar was one of those persons who said the worst things about Garrison during the campaign. Today they are together only because of Kantemi. And in fact, him and Tico Yole with the other guys were on Jeremiah Kun back to ensure that Garrison is removed from GC. Oh yes, but today you see them together. That's not unity. That's hypocrisy. And for me, each time I see Thomas Fala and Joseph Weicker together, I think about Nimba. The misconception about our brothers and sisters on the other side that to speak truth to Jeremiah Kun, it means you hate him. That's why I don't like about them. That's why I don't like about them. You should speak truth to leaders. Leaders, you see, power itself can make people blind. Then to have group of people around you, they say, oh, gee, forget about the people. I think they're talking that noise. Forget about the people and the smart thing other guys are doing. Look, I can always say this to people. You see, Eldrin Corden, the only thing I can stand about Eldrin is that he brags. He brags about his achievement, he this, he that. But a gentleman, if Jeremiah Kun had 4 to 5 Eldrin, he will capture Nimba. A lot of people will support him because of Corden. This gentleman has been going back home, doing things for young people. Even though most of them are on handout and things like that, he identifies with the real guys that fought for Kun. And even those who did not support Kun, he talks to them. That's how this thing should be. But that toxicity to make it look like if you did not support yesterday, you can't support today, or you are an enemy. You are a perpetual enemy. Look, so who becomes a loser at the end of the day? That's the conversation. I have always appeared on the show asking this question. Where is Edith? Does it mean Edith is doing anything for me? No, CEO. No. Edith has done nothing for me in the first place. Jeremiah Kun hates me because of Edith. That's the real truth. Jeremiah Kun hates me because of the Gonglo. I testify against this man because of them. But do they know how I live? They don't know. But should I equally say because they don't support me, because they don't give me handout, they don't deserve getting what they're supposed to get? No, that's not part of my philosophy. I will always appear here to talk about Edith, to talk about Garrison Yellow, because these are people with number. And politics is a number game. Does that mean Garrison is paying my rent? Does that mean he's paying my tuition? No. But I want Nimba to go together. We'll go together and speak with one voice. Most of these guys around the VPO, Nimba as well. How many votes Tingman can give to Kun? Let's be real here. How many votes Tingman can give to Kun? How many votes Dokubo has? Garrison alone, you put Tingman, Dokubo, Tico Yole, Depu Zuo, Anthony Maya, Garrison alone, no more can outweigh all of them. That's a simple fact. So it means getting Garrison alone is a plus for Kun. Let's talk about Edith. Edith alone can swallow, Edith alone can challenge Kun. He said, he won't know why anybody Edith can challenge it. So now I want to talk about the Buddha and say, Edith alone. Now they even talk about Kun, you see? So the guys are taking huge risk. They're realizing, oh, Koro, she's doing this, she's doing that. Look, I just hope this thing is the way they want to carry it. I just hope we maintain it as that, and by 2029 we'll know where Koro get number to add to anything. That's bluff. You're talking about numerically speaking. You talk about Koga. You talk about You talk about Edith. You talk about Yellow. You talk about Anthony Quimpa. You talk about Gompu Kago. These people are tested. But God has money in your hand. You expect that God will go to places people will not go there. People will go there, especially the ones that she gave me hand out to. So we want Nimba to go together. Even if we are divided politically, we want us to be united, like what the Fields are doing. Thomas Fala is with Joseph Riker. In 2023, I remember a series of death happened in Lofa because of disagreement. Nimba did not experience that, but today the people swallow their bitter spirit. They're working together. You think Nimba will not be proud to produce to produce president too? We'll be proud of it. But who are we producing? Somebody who does not let things go? Somebody that if you don't support, the only idea, the only strategy is to get rid of you. That's the conversation we should have. And my little disappointment in the old man when he tried to talk about justice. You see, when I ask him question, he's going to reason to come back. Justice is not about politics. Justice is about sincerity. Justice is blind, doesn't even see. To have Joseph Biker, Tom, linked to drugs dealing, and they have to release the gentleman, even though it is a non-bailable offense. That's the first thing. Brian McGill is parading around. It has died down. Unity Party, as sophisticated as they always talk about, had to own her party headquarters before purchasing our party headquarters. Roasting Swakogo Dennis stole from Lucar. She goes around today with the money. She spends her money whatever way she wants. The fact that she's suspended, that is enough. Is that what you call governance? Is that what you call rule of law? But the Liberian people will be the judge in 2029. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Dama. Thank you so much. I know you're late on your side now, so we can take leave of you again. Happy New Year. We'll be here tomorrow. I think the guest we talked about will be our guest tomorrow, but we'll announce it in our group chat. So thank you so much. Amma, you can close us out now, take us home so we can call it a night. I know it's late.
Yeah, CEO, thank you so much, and happy New Year to everyone again. And thank God that we all are here healthy and moving strong. But CEO, the issue of accountability in Nimba is a serious issue. You see those people, when people speak about Nimba unity, Nimba should come together. It is one thing that when we do all time, the result always proving wrong. You see other counties. Let us look at Lofa today. Let us look at Bon County. Lofa and Bon County. You see those guys? I know people personally. Still from Lofa, the day that we protested, they came around. Who are big here in the Unity Party, they are from Lofa, they came around. They reached out to people then that will know, but that don't happen in Nimba. The hatred and the how you call it toxicness is just overplus. And it's quite unfortunate. Nimba unity should not be that Nimba should be in one political party, so say yes, so say, or then you are not speaking of Nimba unity. There are people that I know today that are in strategic position. I'm talking about executive, real UP people. They will go around their Lofa brothers who are in opposition, who are even protesting and posting all day against the government. They say, my man, how you going to sending a car for you? Be taking care of yourself. Why are you on our side? And you see that how those people, they do it. You see today when UP win, when CDC win tomorrow, you'll see Lofa people then plenty in government. You will see how you call it Bon County people then plenty in government. You see, because politics is dynamic, it's not static. And the directors of politics need to be understood by our people. Today, people then like I do that we discuss every day about this or that, because they have one chat room called One Nimba. They just think say they are equal, then they having certain people then that they should control. I disagree with them many times on many issues. have better argument. He went, he took me for any town. Everybody told him to add me back. He added me back. I removed myself. I said, because the town have nothing to add to my life. It has no value to add to me. So me being here, how you call it, is my data, is my idea that I'm spending. To even keep the chat room active. The fact that you will take me because I have different political opinion that I post in the chat room, then mean that you are not ready yet for anything in Nimba. When it comes to the issue of accountability, when you ask the people about their boss, how the boss came to the country, whether from the county team cover or from the superintendent, the county cover, which the superintendent is using at her will. We see a pastor there, they don't want to tell anybody. They want to have Nimba County. Can you imagine CEO?
Well, let me hold you there. Let me hold you there for a second. So that boss thing there, we need. I'm still trying to gather some facts. I know on several media outlets in Nimba, it was posted that the council purchased the bus for the team, and then a few days later, we saw that it was purchased by the county. So there's conflicting information.
Then when you go deeper, they will tell you, say, Asalameta contributed. When you go deeper, they will say some of the money came from the county team account. How you call it when you go, they will say, okay, some came from the superintendent. So that boss, we are yet to understand how that boss really get to Nimba, who really pay for that boss. The issue of accountability, when you are critical, look at the Nimba team now. CEO from 2005 till now, the people that have been managing Nimba County team, they are the people then, they are always, how you call it, the committee, the steering committee chair, fundraising chair, when it's now the boy Sonkale, Ralph Sonkale, it will either be, how you call it, Alfonso Cotto. When not Alfonso Cotto, it will be Arthur Wugbe. When not Arthur Wugbe, it will be Alfonso. When not Alfonso, it will be the other guy for, how you call it, Adonic. Septic click. How do you, even to the extent that they are working in government, they are employed, over there they are making more than 3,005, more than 3,005 each year, making more than 3,005 MPA. The other man is a deputy director for administration. They are making money. They do not want to give other young people on the county team the chance to be appointed that they few times, they just take 2-3 months for them to get experience and benefit. They took them again, they appointed them on the steering committee. And that steering committee, member of that steering committee is just corruption and eating money, eating the county money. Because funds being raised, how the funds are used, they can never give accountability on those funds. And quite sad for our country. When you see those things and you advise them, you try to bring it to their attention. My friend, we cannot keep doing the same thing. The people don't listen. They should be the people that own Nimba. They should be the people that benefit more from Nimba. And they are the ones that understand Nimba than every other person. The rest should always be under them. And I think that is not my idea. Throughout my life, I don't live my life that way. This is why, how you call it, when you bring that to me, you and I will disagree. We'll call the space a space. Because when you look at the team, the way the people speak about Nimba Unity, it's just about all of us should come and support the Unity Party and support, how you call it, cousin Jericho. And I don't think that when you call for sincere and legit unity for Nimba, it should not just be about political result. This is why many people today they come up with what I was just referring to as election project, EEP. And the people just blindfold people because they want to create a bill for you to not critique them, for you to not ask them those questions. They wake up around young people who they think that they are influentials. They go and give them money while they are misusing people, Nimba County people money, unaccountable. And you think Cole is doing anything good? CEO, it will interest you to know that property that Cole has never had. in her entire life. In 2 years as superintendent, the woman have a lot of property all over in Monserrato. When you see Oster building that she is building, more than 300 on 4 different locations that she owns, where she getting those money from? How much is she working for? How much her salary as superintendent of Nimba County? In the entire country, she is the superintendent that has spent the highest money. This lady has spent more than $4 million United States dollars in 2 years. But everyone are afraid to ask her questions, because when you be critical about her, in other way it means to them that you are critical about the VP Kun, you are critical of the godfather of Nimba, Mishaka, who put people on firing squad in Bapa. For Toma. This is the issue about the county. And you think someone will succumb to that? No. You will never get me succumb to those things. They will always suggest critical voices of the county to succumb to those things. People just wake up. One day you have a county that have a county team boss who glorify, will say thank you. But how do you generate the money? When you ask them the question, they say, oh, my man, that kind of question you want to ask her? You ask Alfonso say, oh, my man, I know that their boss came from South Korea. I know they build a learning. We have to receive how you call it. But we do not know who really is paying for that boss. Because if they bring pro forma and they have 45,000 on it, we will prove them wrong. That boss is a used boss from South Korea that are packing, writing, they talk, they spray it, and they then turn around and brand it, appearing. I have to say that brand new, but that is not a brand new boss, CEO. It's a used boss from South Korea, from how you call it, floor infected boss from South Korea. That is not a new boss. So I just want to correct Lorena on that.
Excuse me, CEO. I want to say a few things.
You get on the talk. I just want to say thank you.
Connected to the boss, and then I want to say something about Cole. So the boss, I mean the team we know every year county meet, as no matter how always contributed to the teams, Bon, Nimba, and Grand Bassa. Every year, even the Gonzales year, honor the administration of President Weah. As no matter does it as part of their social corporate responsibility, because the money in Nimba, they pass through Bon County, they go to Lofa to the port, Grand Bassa to the port. And this year, it is believed that they contributed 25,000 to the Nimba teams, our basketball, kickball, and football. Okay, so I just want us to get that clear. Whether it is a 25,000 or portion of it that was used to buy the bus, it is left with this platform to send our reporter to do an investigation to establish a fact. Then, Amma, I want to tell you something about Kou building, Oster building, all over the place in Monserrato, get more than 4 where she was working this and that. Before Kou became superintendent, if you didn't know, Kou served as assistant minister of labor. Kou built a house on her, the same where she lives presently, a little, not too far from our LG. She built that house, and when Kou moved to the state, she had some Lebanese people renting that house. And that's how she bought a land in Marshall, on an acre, I think 2 acres of land. If you will see on the Rita Avenue, which is her mother.
The house that
you will
she built in Marshall, I said it to you here. The new house that she built right to that her father place, right opposite our LG. I said it here. Where she getting all of the money from? She have another property again on Nimba halfway. In 2 years, she's built 3 different mansions that is worth more than 600,000. Where she getting the money from? It is just the contract back from the contract that she has won. The way she using the Nimba people money, they give her back.
Can you give me a chance to talk? You don't
the woman is called Rob.
Any evidence. Or was not one thing. Or was not called her. Even president when she get back, I'm not giving chance. You don't get attacked somebody you don't have proof. Once Cole became superintendent, she lived in her house for, after the people left, she lived in the house for 7 months in the identical house. And then she got it now on lease again to another company. You understand? So that's how Cole get her money out of real estate. She got 2 houses in rent. They went to our LJ that she lived in for 7 months, so she became superintendent, and another one. So you don't left for me. So maybe tomorrow, the others know when they appoint me, when I start showing pictures of work that I'm doing, you always say that some of the money are still. Everybody doesn't go around bragging or what they have done, and they might not even post it one day, but it does not mean it is the country money. If you got any issue with anything, you have doubt that she stole Nimba County money and did anything with it, it is your right as a citizen to bring forth your evidence, and show your evidence against her. But so just saying that thing because she building house, it means that's a county money. I think you are very wrong, and I think you are speaking from experience because you were with government officials who just used to call and say, go to the point to send me 800,000 US. So you think every government official and every administration will always be the same. That's what I want to tell you. And when we talk about unity, it's a two-way street. We saw in Lofa, when Thomas Father stood up, he and Sir Joseph, and apologized to President Bouaka. Why we may not expect people from the opposition in Nimba to apologize, because maybe the scenario will be that Bouaka is an older person, but Vice President Kun has reached out to Garrison, to Wardier, to all those political leaders in Nimba. You understand? Even since Ide Jose has said it on radio that on her birthday, the vice president sent her a message, but she was scared to answer. She said on OKFM, I got that recording. So if somebody reached out to you and you're not willing to accept that handshake, they will not force you. Reconciliation is now like how you call it? A one-way street that it has to come from only one person and must be the person that is in leadership. It's a two-way street. If like the last time I felt somehow about CEO and I sent you a message and he responded, and then we went about talking about different things. So if I had sent you a message and then he just decided to ignore me, tell myself, just said, okay, but then that how you feel about me or something. So you don't expect the vice president, after he had reached out to those people, when they're ready, they will come back. All we need to do is continue telling, continue to reach out to them. Like, I think 2 months ago, Minister Benedict to them and said, well, telling the vice president, that has to do, it says, which was positive, which I like the way the discussion went, and I know what he said about it and what he's doing about it. I wouldn't say it because, like I always say, I don't have to come to say, oh, I thought they won't. Like, you the one putting the post, they put not their own sense.
Then no, that is not democracy. Yeah, democracy allows people to have their way. You can't coerce the entire Nimba to support Jerry.
It's not coercion.
You're coercing everybody. When they don't support Jerry, they are enemies of Nimba. When they don't support Jerry, they are enemies of Nimba.
For what? Dictionary meaning of a word. Don't just come on, hey, be speaking what you call coercion. What is coercion?
What are you guys doing? That what you guys doing when people don't support Jerry, you are referred to them as enemy of Nimba. You are referred to people who don't support Jerry as enemy of Nimba. So that people are coerced and even people are afraid to speak out on else that is going on in the country. People are afraid. Look here. Look here. They cancel Garrison as well and as educated as Garrison is. Garrison said on this particular platform that people are afraid to speak. They have made Nimba to the extent that everybody is just afraid to speak, afraid to be critical. That is coercion. That is not democracy. That is not democracy.
Thank you. The boss said, oh, we hate them because they work in CDC government, and I will hate them. So he's part of the problem that was created because they fear that when you support another side other than the side that is in power with me, hate that. I said it when you said that, I said, but they came for your team. So don't count it, Garrison. Garrison is now a gospel when it comes to this because he's a part of the problem, because they felt we hated them. In fact, people insult them because they say, wow, we're not supporting the other side.
Listen, Lorena, listen to me.
and solve it because they all created the problem. I say so.
Lorena, you have to listen. You have to listen to me. Let me respond to.
Let me come in.
I'm not going to respond to anything. The show has ended a good night. Go and buy you a dictionary, learn the dictionary meaning of a word and the contextual meaning of that word. Don't be speaking vague English and you don't know the meaning of talking about cohesion. What is cohesion?
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
How you call it cohesion? You know the meaning of cohesion?
Lorena, you don't understand democracy. And that is part about you.
So thank you.
And see you, that is.
It has been a great show.
You know, we are not reached 12. I think we can close here 12. We still have 5 minutes.
You are who? You never pay me. What was it? That everything that talk. You know, but it's interesting. I'm really interested in getting to the bottom, getting to know about the whole bus thing. I think transparency is very important to for all of us, our county. Like I said, I was just going through the Facebook posting here, and it looks like the post about Alfonso buying the bus, it looked like it has been taken down. I can't find it anywhere. But I know
you can't find it anymore. They have taken it down and they don't want to tell anybody how much they pay for that bus. Because we are into car business, we'll definitely bring it out. That is a floor affected bus that was bought, how you call it, that was packed randomly in South Korea, that was brought into this country. Everybody know the constitution that was brought in. They went in, they honor Kiara, they work on it, spray it, turn around, brand it with Nimba color, and they are passing away around. It's now a brand new bus. That is a fact.
We'll be back tomorrow. It will be another really entertaining show tomorrow. We'll have some guests on here to discuss. The whole week will be loaded. I got some good guests. I got a big fish that I'm going to bring on here to this week. So we look forward to having a really good week.
Thank you, CEO.
Thank you so much, Amma. You guys have a good night again. Thanks to our followers for following the show. We appreciate all your effort and your time being with us here till I think almost 12 o'clock. We couldn't be here without your presence. So thank you so much to the folks listening to us in Buyao, in Tapeta, around Nimba County online. We appreciate that. Again, we say Happy New Year and we wish all of you guys the best. We'll be here again tomorrow, the same place, same time, and the same hour. Have a good night.